Yeah, don't miss that.
No, that's first and foremost.
You gotta have someone say a zinger before you hit the music.
A zinger?
Say a zinger.
Oh yeah. We gotta have something that we can.
A
pull
zinger is
from.
the name of a sandwich at KFC in Poland.
What's
Little known fact.
What's it consist of?
A zinger is like a kind of a small sub roll with a chicken breast in it.
A breast, breaded or no breaded?
Yeah, breaded. It's Poland.
Okay. Hey man, what the fuck do I know?
I mean, does
Zinger-
KFC make anything not fried?
yeah, they do. I think you
I
can
hope
get
not.
like grilled chicken there.
I hope
I don't
not,
buy
but
that.
probably.
Yeah.
They also make a twister, which is what I get every time.
A
Give me
twister?
Yeah, which is
Do you have to say it like that every time?
yeah, of course I do.
Twister.
Which is a fucking literally like a fried chicken burrito.
Okay.
It's
Sounds
fried
pretty-
chicken in a wrap,
Sold.
lettuce, tomato, some cheese, a little bit of the KFC sauce, and they twist the top to
Yeah.
exemplify the fact that it's the twister.
They had those here stateside for a little while. Comes in aluminum foil.
Yeah, well, the thing about Europe is that you know how in America we don't eat chicken, we eat government bird 66.
Yeah.
In Europe, they don't let that happen, so it's actual chicken.
It's actual bird.
So it's pretty good. Get a couple twisters and get a French fries, a fritki.
Yeah.
You're done.
What came first, the twister or the egg?
I think the twister.
Okay.
The twister, especially in Poland.
It
In
would
Polska.
only make sense.
Yeah. I never got a zinger. I was never a big zinger guy. I was a twister. And then they started doing twisters with like Big Mac style. Like it got a little nasty. Yeah. French fries in there.
And there we are. We'll have a grand entrance.
God, I wish Young Ben was here.
Welcome, everybody. I am Josh Garcia, and this is the Revival Motoring Podcast. As always, I'm joined by Chuck Hu
Hello.
and Corey.si.
Hello, everyone.
We also have very friendly special guests, Kyle, in studio today. We're going to talk about some hot boy BMWs.
Yep.
The do's and don'ts.
F10 Rescue.
F10 Rescue. That's going to take up an hour alone.
Yeah, that's serious business right
so
there.
yeah, he's going to hang out.
Many hours it took up.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
I was going to say, I've seen the
Yeah.
time lapse. We're going to talk about that and everything else we typically talk about. But before we get rolling, this episode is brought to you by us. Visit revivalmotoring.com. There are some new features posted up. We just released a new YouTube video. There's links to all of our podcasts as well as the Talking Motorcycles podcast. There will be a new show coming soon.
Top secret podcast.
We didn't make that public yet, so that's
It's gonna
good.
be the
Is there, so we haven't released all the info yet, but so that's coming up, and then of course there's some merch and things like that you can grab on our website. So visit revivalmotoring.com.
Visit us.
at revivalmotoring.com. All right. Here we go
What do you got?
again. What do I got? I'll tell you what, Corey. You might have been there. You might have realized that your wheels weren't John Blaze enough.
I realize I can do it myself now. We'll get into that.
You're tired of having the same old finish as the other hot boys. Does your multi-piece wheel not get you laid like it used to? It's probably time to give those babies a refinish, and I've got just a guy for you. Nick at MR1 Reel Free Finishing. He's not a simple powder coater painter, first-time wheel taker or potter. No, this man is a wheel enthusiast, as we found out again this weekend. A lot of the quick fix boys are basically applying makeup to your wheel, and just like at the club with the lights turned on, the cockroaches go scattering. MR1 is a full-service refinish and repair shop. We're talking full-blown machine shop, polishing, powder coating, and tumbling equipment. I've personally seen him cut up one-piece wheels to make them three-piece wheels successfully multiple times at this point. Is a testimonial from me. He did my AC Type 2s. They were powder coated by famous blind recording artist Stevie Wonder. I tried, but these babies weren't my Sharia Moore. Nick went through them and not only unfucked them, but made them better than new. Now the wheels make my car look like a complete turd. So thank you, Nick, for fixing those for me. That's right, kids. Get your wheels glammed up so you can realize what a turd your project car actually is. Reach out to Nick at MR1 Wheels now. I know we've been sending a bunch of people there. I know I always mention it. Nick only works on forged multi-piece wheels and very special wheels. Otherwise, so please, you got to start saving up there, Junior. Also, he's currently booked until just about September.
Oh, Jesus.
So you want to get on the schedule. I don't know if you want to go into a little thing there. Corey and I took a little field trip up there. We'll get into that after.
Yeah, we'll get into that
the
after.
field trip. And then I have another ad. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thunk?
Is your car still bolt on? Full bolt on? Still feel like it's missing something? Welcome to the wonderful world of custom machining. Need a pro to show you the ropes? Dennis at FF Metalworks is the man for you. He's also the man that comes up with all of our topics, apparently. FF Metalworks is a full-blown machine shop that can make your dreams come true. Cash can not snazzy enough. Sick of that shitty coolant overflow bottle? How about you make those bitches out of titanium? That's right. Any type of metal for your custom project is possible. Need to spice it up in the bedroom? FF Metalworks has a strict don't-ask policy. Just send them your specs. So stupid. A great way to take your build from full bolt-on to a custom monster is a completely custom shift knob. Dennis worked with yours truly, Chuck Hume, to come up with a ridiculous titanium and purple heartwood shift knob for my car, the Nurple. I know Josh is working with him for something very special right now. I know I'm working with him again for something. Corey has a special shift knob. We giving them away.
Sam Dobbins. There's just
The Dobbs.
Oh, Sam's a sick.
Yeah, very, very sick. You know, he's doing goddamn metal, titanium with wood like mine, whatever you want. He now produces custom knobs for your Ultra Hot Boy CAA shifter. Get rid of the silly bolt on top and show the world you're a custom dude now. Trying to spice it up even further, he can do intake manifolds, valve covers, cans, bottles, you name it. Dennis works hand in hand with the customer to create the perfect piece. Ready to step your game out. Reach up to FF Metalworks today on Insta or ffmetalworks.ca. Reach out via email. The prices on the site are now in the USDs, so you don't even have to try to translate it anymore,
Ooh.
boys.
USDs?
That's exciting.
That's important.
And
He
he
knows
knows
who his
US
market
dollars.
is.
He knows who his market is, and
Yeah.
I know we've had a couple guys reach out. Thanks to everybody for supporting FF, man. That's awesome. He does really,
super
really
cool.
incredible work.
One last person.
Yeah.
Perfection Plastics. Boy Joe Booth over there is doing some pretty cool stuff. I don't know if anyone saw, but he did Bobo's front bumper. It is
Yes.
super cool. He's molded all kinds of weird shit in here and made it all kinds of weird shapes that it shouldn't be.
I wanted to look back at the history because I want to see that like in
Come
side
together?
by side because that looks absolutely perfect.
Yeah. It also looks so far from where it does originally.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's helped me out on more than one occasion. I'm sure he will in the future. If you're looking to get anything plastic welded, anything kind of custom made, anything put together that you don't think is possible, send it to this guy. As long as it's plastic. It looks like he can actually get into fiberglass, which I didn't know he got into.
He gets into the fiberglass.
Fiberglass.
There we
I
go.
To a certain extent, but
I didn't know. But this is pretty cool.
Scolds those for previous fiberglass.
Yeah. It looks like he fixes fiberglass. Is what it looks like he does.
That's
He just does it to
basically-
get himself angry?
Yeah.
Okay.
He fixes the fiberglass.
That sounds like the
Yeah.
Joey Boo Boo I know.
So you got some bullshit that's been fiberglass. Get in touch with your boy. He will fix it for you, make it right. I mean, custom rain trays. I mean, this guy, he's going nuts.
He's out
So-
there. He hooked you up, right? He's been doing a little work for you?
Yeah, actually, on keys. He's not even plastic stuff. I have some other ideas I pitched to him, so we'll get there eventually.
He's so into it that if you visit his Instagram, there's actually a how to repair plastic bodywork magazine series that he's
Is he in?
He's subscribed to.
He's not in yet. He's diving in it though.
Yeah.
It's obviously a niche thing, but he is going strong in it.
That's
Nice,
cool. Because
man.
if something plastic was broken, I'd probably just throw it away.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy-
got to get a new one.
Yeah, this guy repairs it, welds it together, plastic welds it together, and makes it so much stronger than it was originally, and explains why this one works better with this one, why
plastic,
this
yeah,
one.
exactly.
I don't.
Yeah.
Plastic.
It's
dinner.
something I'm not going to dare to explain because I
Perhaps.
I know nothing.
Perhaps they should have made a Mark III out of plastic entirely.
Yeah, you'd be a lot much better off.
Yeah.
I think he's nearing
Doing
that road.
That's his end
That's
game.
the end game.
That's his end game.
He's going to
Full
take
plastic.
wow.
Full
Every-
Saturn ion.
Plastic don't rust, baby.
Yeah.
Every panel is going to become, ABS plastic.
Yes.
That's an incredible idea. Shouts to Joey Boo Boo and Perfection Plastics.
With that said,
If you'd like to leave a callback number, press 2.
callbacks.
We went on a quick little trip this past week. Actually, the day the last podcast came out. Josh got a
is
little
that
beer
it?
there.
Josh is going to go on beer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's strong smelling.
Hold on, before I get
not
into
bad
this,
then, right?
what is this? Yeah,
This is,
crack it right into the
Crack
mic.
right on the mic.
yeah.
Let them know. There
Cheers,
we go.
brother.
I am drinking a Burlington Beer Company Double Peak Nostalgia
Oh,
milkshake double India Pale Ale with strawberries, vanilla,
you
and
guys
milk
are worse
sugar.
than. Wow, you're worse
Yeah.
than like the Starbucks people.
Yeah,
There's just magic in there. I don't
Yeah.
know. What to do.
This is full of magic.
This is the
Kyle,
first time I've ever
What are you
had
drinking
this
over there?
particular-
yeah. What do you
Crack
got?
it, let the smoke out. Scaled. This is Trillium beer.
Oh, Trillium.
Can
Big
is
shouts.
Very
Trillium,
plain.
local
No
shouts.
details.
I'm digging the can.
It's a surprise.
M- less is more.
Less
yeah,
is
can
more.
is
Less is
very
more.
tight.
Trillium
very
also makes beer called, we don't have it here anymore. I think we drank them all, but the Death Metal series.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's some good stuff.
So Thursday, the last podcast came out. Chuck and I took a spin up to see Nick at MR1 so I could drop off some wheels to get refinished. I kind of did a little placeholder. You know, I don't get the wheels yet. They're coming in. Hold my spot. Went and
Yeah.
dropped them off. Explained to him how little of a John Blaze refinish I wanted.
Corey wants no John Blaze.
Now, you
Yeah.
don't even,
None.
not even John Spark.
He doesn't even want to say. I mean, he wants John Blaze is going to be harder to do with so non John Blaze.
Actually, I was in fact told that what I'm looking to get done is harder to do than if he was going to go.
If he just
flat.
fully John Blaze the wheels.
I was going for a very open the box for the first time.
Yeah. I can't think of the.
A little OEM plus action.
Yeah. OEM plus.
Yeah.
To the umph degree.
No,
Yeah,
he's not even going that though.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, the idea is to bring it back to is close to
OEM, but better.
OEM as possible.
right.
A little of a twist on it.
Manufacturing fit.
Meanwhile, I go
Yeah.
there with only John Blaze
Yeah.
options.
Well,
Give me the brightest.
we
the
show up,
shiniest.
and I mean Nick's at an awesome facility there. It's in a super cool spot. He's got his
He's got a slab
silly,
out front.
silly Mercedes out front.
I posted
so
on
is
my
that-
I
that's
posted
his?
on my Instagram.
Yeah,
I don't know if he wants people to know it's his, but it's his.
yeah, it's his.
And it is literally an old SL, like a 70s SL on wire wheels because he's a 3-piece wheel guy, and it's just such a fuck you to the whole world.
just
It
makes
looks
sense.
so good. Very, very tight.
Awesome facility. I mean, he has wheels there. I mean, Chuck and I are looking at him. We're like, what do these go on? And they're all silly cars they go on, whatever, to each their own. But I mean, we're talking like I can't like reach my arm inside the lip, and like my elbow would stop me from hitting the face of the wheel. Like
Damn.
such, just total silliness. Actually, he's posted a bunch of them recently of the customers who come and pick them up. Crazy finishes, but. I'm there, we're looking around, and I see he's got a little spray booth set up, and I'm like, how fucking hard can it be to powder coat? How hard could it actually
How hard
be to
could it
powder coat?
possibly
Yeah.
be?
How
I've
hard-
said that before.
Everybody and their mother does it, right? How hard could it be? Right? So he says, I said to him, hey, can I powder coat something? And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, what do you want to powder coat? I'm like, I don't get anything. Scrap and metal. Doesn't matter. So he decides scrap metal is a Craftsman 3/4-inch wrench.
There we go.
To which he said, yeah, you can powder coat this all you want. So we can do this. So he hangs it up in there, and I fucking little whatever, because that's all.
how'd it go on? How'd it take?
Oh,
if you
it
will?
went on tick.
It goes on real nice. It's kind of like a puff of smoke, kind of like
It's like a heavy vape.
yeah, it's a real.
Have you ever seen a Subaru window roll down?
Yeah,
It's like that.
it was just a rose
In a booth.
gold colored like dank cloud.
Yeah.
It was so
That it
fucking
goes
dank,
on.
dude.
But yeah, and then we put it on because he did some bolts that were rose gold, so that's what he had loaded.
Concerning
in the
that there
Yeah.
was rose gold in
Yeah.
there in the first place. Because
Yeah.
apparently that's what all the young hard boys go for.
I'm
rose gold.
guessing that on an Infinity.
I don't
Oh,
know.
wow,
I
that
don't know
is-
what they were going on.
Just
That's like
all-
that's 90%.
Yeah,
it's all
yeah.
speculation, but that's my guess.
but I mean, after 10 minutes in the oven, I mean, I got myself. I'm a professional powder coater.
Yeah, so we're opening
That was it.
CI metalwork, CI wheel
I mean, it looks
refinishing.
Yeah.
great.
See.
So.
Yeah,
Looks great from here.
CI2 wheel refinishing.
CI2.
CI2.
I'm gonna. I
Wheel
mean,
refinishing.
everybody does it. It's it's so simple. So
Are your
easy to do
wheels
such a
too
good
John
job.
Blaze?
Yeah.
So,
Let me dumb them up for you a little bit.
let me dab them down.
so what you're saying is the machine. It's so simple to take the machine that Nick set up
Entirely, yes.
in the operation that he set up,
Yeah.
using the oven that he set up, and just spraying it.
Yeah.
That we have decided that Corey can
That you
100%
What
just
I'm at-
run this baby on its own.
What I'm actually saying is that everybody with pop-up powder coating shops, I can see why they do it and why it comes out like shit and why the stuff Nick puts forward
There's a
doesn't.
difference. May
Yeah.
I see this?
So he explained the process to us. So an item, right, is going to get outgassed. Once it gets outgassed, I'm sure I'm going to butcher this to
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
bits. Once it gets outgassed, It gets blasted, it gets cleaned, it gets prepped, right? Then it outgasses again.
Right, from the shit you just sprayed
From
on
the
it to
shit you
clean
just sprayed on it. Then it gets powdered, it gets baked, then it gets outgassed again.
Yeah.
So like there's so many
Lots of outgassing.
you can't just powder coat something. There's like
Right.
6 steps before powder even hits the fucking metal.
I'm not gonna lie. I want every tool I own now powder coated.
Dude, buy a fucking set. When I go up there probably in 2 days to go get my wheels, I'll do a whole set for you.
Oh
Powder
my
coat
God.
Put some
all
eyes
the
on
10
this thing, you
millimeters.
know?
Yeah.
At 10 mil. As
Magnificent.
bright
Everything
as
10
we can
millimeters
get.
should be
As
bright
bright.
pink. Yep.
Yeah. But
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
it can be done. But yeah, that was just a little eye-opening effect into how I get why so many people say I can powder
Right,
coat,
you can just do
but
it.
why the finishes vary so much.
We used to partake in it way back when I was part of a shop called Butcher Shop,
Ooh, chorus tool.
and
Yeah.
my friend Dennis, my roommate Dennis, bought a fucking
Dennis.
Harbor Freight
Dennis?
powder. Dennis, shouts to the Polo.
Yeah.
Bought a Harbor Freight like powder coater,
Yeah.
and then we put an oven in the fucking shop, and everything was black.
Yeah.
And it
you
worked
go.
for what we were trying to do.
Yeah, yeah.
But so the simplicity was there, but again, it's just like anything.
The science
to
he has
be-
it broken down
To
to.
become an artiste,
Yeah.
you know,
If
it's
you will.
not as,
and a
yeah.
teeth that he is. And with things getting stripped and how long they have to outgas for and setting timers and different temperatures for different stuff. Again, I'm oversimplifying the complexity of this. But it was very easy to see, like, oh yeah, I can just fucking little
Yeah,
shit on
exactly.
here, throw in the oven there, and you
Right,
fucking
right.
you pass it off into someone. Yeah, I powder coated your wheels. Yeah.
Corey's now up
Tell
here
your friends.
Thursdays.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I have zero self control. I would powder coat everything if I
think we
I would
wanna
powder coat everything.
I see that I want to powder coat anything and everything.
Well, I'm like I'm not restoring. I'm refinishing 2
None of
bedrooms in the
and-
house.
And that was none of the process Corey said beforehand was done to that
he
wrench.
wiped
No,
us
no.
down with isopropyl alcohol and was like, "Here, have at it."
No, and the cool
Go
thing
play.
about that is
Yeah.
like you can actually see the scores and
Yeah.
basically the under rust, if you will,
Yeah.
still on this thing, which is cool. This thing is awesome.
Yeah. So we'll see.
It's slippery,
Bit slippery. Yeah.
but
We could literally. I get great ideas now.
oh,
yeah.
I,
I'm not
I
gonna say
just
them online.
yeah. We're gonna make a bunch of shit.
We're gonna
But-
make definitely awards that are sets of ratchets for totally gold. All my tools are going gold.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know.
Full gold.
Full gold.
But no, immediately after I do this, I was like, "Oh shit!" So I'm refinishing 2 bedrooms in the house, and I'm like, I got a lot of hardware.
How
like,
big's that oven?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big oven. That's
Yeah.
a walk-in.
Yeah, it's a
Oh,
walk-in.
jeez, now we're talking.
Yeah. So, super
But it's
fun
doing
trip.
a lot of Infiniti and Hyundai wheels in there, so
Oh, right.
it's gonna be at least a 14-inch oven.
right. So
so many, but super fun. Kind of little field trip there.
Oh, that's
I
awesome.
can't wait to get the wheels back. I got my tires in. They look like bicycle tires,
Mm-hmm.
so it's kind of funny because I held it up and just palmed it.
Yeah, it was like a basketball.
Yeah, it's just
Jeez.
yeah.
It's gonna be
super small tire.
fantastic.
It's gonna be good. We'll see.
I
I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it might be terrible. Who the
It could
fuck
be
knows?
really bad. Could be
What-
really bad.
what-
I'm gonna tell you it's good though.
Yeah, just sell it. Yeah.
Buyer's remorse in action.
What
Nah, it's
stage
gonna
are
rock.
we at for the Polo? You're
He's full
waiting
bolt
on.
on.
Yeah, yeah. I have no
Stage
idea.
3 full bolt on.
Stage, yeah.
You're still waiting on parts, right?
DHL, man. They
DHL's a bitch,
They were
buddy.
great with one thing. They're fucking me on another thing.
Okay, and you got no info on that.
I got a box coming from Germany with all the front end suspension bits in it.
Yeah.
And the last thing I have says on May 13th, they were shipped to the destination country.
Nice.
Okay, so they could be sitting in customs.
They could be sitting in customs. It's been 2 weeks.
DHL
Yeah.
giveth, DHL taketh away.
Yeah, DHL delivered coilovers in 2 days
Yeah.
from the UK, and now DHL.
Germany, baby.
Yeah.
It's a whole continent over.
The real kick in the dick is going to be when these control arms don't show up after my other ones didn't show
or
up.
when they don't fit or something.
I'm not even going to say it. I was going to say it's impossible, but
Yeah.
Nah,
Don't.
I'm
We
not
can
gonna
make
go-
them.
yeah,
I'm not
to
gonna go there.
entertain that.
Where do we
one.
get that machine shop in the back?
Yeah, I'm not going there.
Right.
But,
Not only can we make, we can powder coat them.
yeah, I can powder coat them. Yeah,
Make them rose gold.
Anything
yeah.
you want.
So
That make
that's
it
just
fit.
where I'm at. I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
Patiently waiting.
I think
Trying to
every-
be patient.
I think everyone is.
Yeah.
Finding love in a hopeless place.
Yeah. I haven't found love yet. It's fucking this Polo, man. It showed me nothing.
Nothing.
It showed me
Not
nothing.
loving you at all.
Yeah.
What else we got for callbacks?
What else have I got? What else got? Oh, more Polo stuff. Well, we're on the topic.
Deep in the pole.
I ordered parts from a place called Parts Place Incorporated, right?
Yes.
Gentleman out of Ohio.
Polo Parts Place.
Yeah. Small, what I believe is a family-owned company because when you call, you get a real person on the phone and it's the same person every single time.
Welcome that.
And I ordered some wheel cylinders for the rear drum brakes in the Polo because I kept the drums. And they show up and they look real funky. And there's only one hole, like only one mounting hole on them. And I was like, yeah, these just don't look right. So I took some pictures of them, sent them over to him. And he get back to me in like an hour and a half. This was like 6:30 at night. Get back to me in like an hour and a half. Hey, I just looked through my batch of parts. Looks like they're all like that. I'll get you new ones out and a return label to send them on back. Don't worry about it. Sorry about it. Like, my bad. Whatever. Quality customer service.
Yeah.
Right. And it's simple.
On top of that, they send you a full color, legitimate catalog, parts catalog. How many pages?
It's fucking awesome. 80?
80, 100 pages, full blown, full color, full description, part number, catalog.
So wait,
paper catalog.
what you're saying is it felt good
It
to
was
have a
awesome.
physical book
Nice in hand feel.
It was
print
awesome.
on paper with photos in
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Huh.
It was so cool. It was so cool. I threw it on my coffee table.
Hey, you guys should do something like that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's
no, we
a-
should really get into
Yeah.
that stuff.
It's a wonderful idea.
Yeah. Who would have thought putting things in print? But
Issue number 6 coming soon.
it was just cool to see quality company, righting them wrong, no bullshit. The
Simple.
correct wheel cylinders got here in 3 days.
Yeah.
Return label, everything else inside.
Yeah.
So, shout out to them.
It's I don't know, not to be negative, but it's like it sucks that has to be you're
You're not expecting that.
right. You don't expect that.
You're expecting a
exactly.
fight.
Exactly.
Right.
Right.
Well-
That's the thing that has to stick out versus, oh my God, I got good service
Yeah.
versus
16 years in customer service, right? It's kind of taught me a way to approach a situation to get what I need out of the situation and not manipulate it, but the person on the end. If you go in guns a-blazing, fuck this guy.
Right.
Whatever, yada,
100%.
yada, yada. But if you can approach a situation, hey, man, I understand a bunch of things going on. You guys must be really busy, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Kind of schmooze it up a little bit.
yeah.
Hey, man, mistakes
Goes
you
a
made, no
long
big
way.
deal. Goes a long way. You get what you need. Not all the time.
Yeah.
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
That's when you go.
Guns blazing.
Yeah, that's when you go guns blazing.
That's when you go.
That's the rebuttal email.
That's when you go. Corey didn't get to finish his dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Still fucking hungry.
That's lobster macaroni and cheese. That's
Yeah.
what that is.
But yeah,
Jesus.
that's what I got for callbacks as far as the Polo goes. But what? Anyone else got any callbacks? Am I alone?
I got a long one that should be the last one, I think.
The long one
Okay.
should be the last one. What else do I got?
And I got a couple other little ones.
I get a
you got one?
callback's probably gonna. We'll see how long it goes. But John Stairs and I took a little bit of a trip this weekend.
All right.
On Saturday, we drove out to Vermont, shoot a Ferrari with our friend Jay. So I
Ferrari.
did that, and that's on the YouTubes.
What a video, by the way. I checked that out yesterday.
Whew.
Thanks, man.
Josh
It,
got it. It's like you've been editing videos forever.
that's like my fifth one.
I know. It came out
Yeah,
sick,
Sixth
man.
one.
Ferrari, that was a
It,
challenge car, too, right?
360 challenge.
Whew.
Uh,
An actual challenge car, right? Not just a
actual.
360. Okay.
Right. Yeah. So essentially, that car originally didn't come titled. I believe
Yep.
it didn't come titled. I believe there's a
Perfect.
VIN associated with it, but there's no title.
Yep.
Right, but you're not supposed to be the... it on
Exactly.
streets.
And due to Vermont, because Vermont,
Yeah, Vermont.
Fuck
Love-
yeah,
I
Vermont.
love Vermont.
Yeah.
They're the real, they're the real
MVP?
live free or die.
Yeah.
Good freedom
it's
going on out
it's
there.
them. So
Solid freedom.
due to whatever those rules, regulations, and stipulations are, said vehicle can at some point be registered and entitled. And Jay has one that is.
Yeah.
He bought the car and it was in rough shape, did his thing to it, and now it's just this. It's, to me, it's what a Ferrari should be. No other bells and whistles. The car, you get in it, you fire it up, and you let the baby sing.
Yeah.
And it weighs like 2,600 pounds.
Really?
Makes about
Yikes.
400 horsepower.
Wow. Okay.
Revs forever.
Yeah.
Is paddle shifted with I believe it's the F1 style trends, because it's
I saw he's got
2000
the
2000,
carbon paddles in there.
and the thing just, it just speaks. It just speaks to me.
Pile of shit to drive at low revs.
Oh, yeah. So picture your
Like
worst.
any race car.
Picture yourself trying to first drive a stick,
Yeah.
ever, and just fucking bucking it. It starts like that every time it stops. It's just the transmission at low speed
Yeah,
just doesn't.
it doesn't
want
want to be
happy.
stopped.
Yeah.
it just, there is no, and even Jay said, before we went for a ride and before we moved it as we needed to, he's like, yeah, just watch out. This thing, it bucks. It's like a Ferrari Bronco,
Yeah,
if you will, that just wants to fucking go.
Yeah.
It's it's like a
It's like an on. It's like a light switch.
right. Oh yeah,
It's all or nothing.
on
Just
off.
go.
Yeah.
Oh, 0%, 100%, 0%, 100%.
A lot of people out there because race carring.
Yeah.
Real because race car sucks to drive slow.
Yeah, yeah. And once it gets moving,
Paradise.
10 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour,
Totally
absolute bliss.
Okay.
You don't need it. There's no radio, nothing like that. Get rid of all that bullshit. And it's just pure bliss.
Yeah.
I don't even think he has windows in it at the moment, the front or door windows.
Yeah. What's it got? The little sliders?
No. There's
No, nothing.
no
I thought it
windows.
had the
None.
little rectangle sliders.
So he has those, the
Okay.
poly windows with the sliders, but for when he takes it out now and the weather and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff, it just, you don't need them.
No.
Turns out it doesn't have AC.
Yeah. Turns out it's fine.
How hot is it getting there?
I mean, it wasn't super hot while we were out.
Yeah.
I'd say it was high 70s or so, and I was in jeans and a t-shirt. And
So it doesn't get
more than
terrible inside the
comfortable.
cabin.
Yeah, no. I mean,
Okay.
plus if you're moving, motors behind you.
Yeah.
So it really wasn't that bad. It was comfortable enough to, if you know, it could go for a decent long drive. Could drive it somewhere as long as we're not talking Ocean City, Maryland strip cruising.
No.
Because he's even said,
You
like,
know damn well Jay would bring it down there.
oh yeah,
though.
100%. But he even said, he's like, you look like an asshole everywhere you go in this
Yeah.
thing, because and then it's just like you can't.
Does it
not
get
do
looks?
it. Oh my gosh, dude! Like, so at one point we had to shoot rollers and stuff like that, so we were following him to where we were going to go, and he's just trying to drive it casually.
Yeah.
So it's not very loud at this moment, and everybody is just stopping what they're doing to see what the hell that is and what's going on. Every car that's, you know, the driver's looking.
Yeah.
Anybody sitting down. There's a kid in a Mark IV Golf that was a delivery driver for Domino's that damn near took out the Domino's because he's in the parking lot just fucking not looking. He's driving straight, but his head is, you know, 90 degrees to the right. You know, understandably so. He had a Tectonics exhaust sticker on his car.
That's
so
how it goes,
you know,
baby.
he gets
Tight.
it.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
gets it. He gets
He's one
it.
of the crew.
Yeah, yeah. But no, that thing's awesome. Again, go check out our YouTube. It's the Ferrari Challenge video that we put out. Go check it out because you get some insight on Jay, and it's just like, you know, this is a dude that you look at his Instagram profile and see, you know, Hummers and 964s and Ferraris, and it's just like that does not tell the story of
Yeah.
who he is, what he has, and how he's gotten it.
Jay's the Vermont wheeler dealer.
100%. Oh yeah.
You know, like the show Wheeler Dealer?
Yes.
Like he is Vermont's Wheeler
Yeah.
Dealer. And actually, just I would say the Great White North Wheeler Dealer.
The
Like-
I know
right,
nothing.
because he does extend his hand out
Yeah.
to here. That's how I got my M3.
Yeah, yeah.
It was through him. So, I'm sorry.
Haven't never met the guy. Like I know nothing about Jay besides you guys went up there and got the M3.
Mhm.
But like, he really comes across as the real deal, man. That
Oh,
that
yeah,
video
he-
really reflected well as to who the guy is. Besides the Instagram profile, just a bunch of cool shit.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
how he gets it. I really liked it. I thought it was a good expose on the
and,
man.
and like he said, you know, one of his favorite cars was some shit. What
635
635, and it's just like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
you know, he just that's what he purely, and I hope it came across in the video, but he purely, I think, enjoys every aspect of it. Like he said, the chasing, the finding, the
Yeah.
purchasing, the tear down, and then
did he have a Bentley not too long ago
He
that
did,
he
he
picked
did,
up? He
yeah.
got rid of
He
very
did,
fast.
Yeah, he turned that thing around. What else is funny?
Had to go.
There's a gray F350 truck. I believe it's an F350. I don't
Yeah.
know my trucks too well. Giant fucking truck
Enormous
that
truck.
he tore down, fully rebuilt. You know, literally every nut, bolt, wire, harness, etc.
Yeah.
And that thing actually is in mass now. It was hilarious because
He sold it, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
sold it, and it was somewhere on the Cape, and then somebody from the Cape sold it to another person because I was driving in the ghetto, and I'm like, there's not another fucking, like, not Nimbus gray, but whatever that gray color is.
Nardo.
I don't know if it's a little darker. Might be Nardo.
I can see he's got an affinity for gray.
He likes that gray.
Oh yeah, he likes gray. He likes, what do you call, military
Can't blame him.
colors, like
Military,
the
Great
Raptor.
color.
yeah.
That's good.
But I seen that thing, and I'm like, well, all right, one of Jay's cars is here now as well. Or another one is here. And then the Raptor. Again, just
That
the
Raptor's
story on the
sick.
Raptor is fucking awesome. And it just, the Wheeler Dealer is a good,
Yeah, he
Term.
is. He is the New England's wheeler dealer or whatever you want to put it. But
Yeah.
that's the thing. He's just like, I'm so cheap, and then it's like he's working on the Ferrari, but
Saying
it's like,
it,
I
he
just
says
like.
I'm so cheap, and there's a Ferrari in the back.
But he explains, so you got to watch the video, but he explains to what he means by
Yeah,
that whole
yeah, yeah.
situation.
Yeah. And it's one of those deals where you can literally, I mean, hypothetically, if we were to sit down for weeks and trace things back, like you could probably trace back car ownership that started with, a red pencil, if you will.
Right.
Like, sell me this red pencil and trade that up to, I don't know, this calculator, and then and just go from there. It's pretty awesome. Yeah. You never know what he's going to end up with next. And the Ferrari thus far has just been like,
Or what he already
fuck.
has, and you don't know he has yet.
Right. Yeah. There's probably 3 or 4 other cars, I'm sure, that he's got kind of sitting in
Ready to
limbo.
party.
Yeah.
Love that.
But yeah, that was awesome. And then we went and visited John from Bag Riders to shoot his Subaru.
Yeah, some of those
For the
still
magazine.
shots that you showed us were fucking awesome.
Pretty
Pictures
psyched
were
with that.
great.
We So what was really funny is clearly my wife knows this podcast and Chuck, because as I was showing her the pictures that we shot, and she's like, "Oh, Chuck's gonna love that thing."
Yeah.
First thing that she said, just obviously joking, but
Nah, she's not wrong.
she knows. She knows. But that'll be in the magazine because issue number 6 is going to be all, or damn near all, wagons. So
We'll make it happen. We'll make all wagons.
I think we're gonna. There's one article that's gonna have to touch upon some other stuff, but the base is a wagon.
Yeah.
So
All about that junk in the trunk.
That's it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Space for the base.
I have a little day in the life. I have a little weekend tale,
Yeah,
if you will. Typically, this weekend was a long weekend, which was really nice. I think we can all attest to that fact. For those of us that are working, for those that aren't working, I'm sorry. It was more weekend. But anyways, I went to one of those things where I had maybe 30 minutes to do something. I was supposed to go somewhere with the wife and the family.
I enjoy these, by the way.
Yeah. Everybody knows this. So I'm like, okay, I get 30 minutes to blow. I got a lift. I got an M6 that needs an oil change. Fuck it. I'll knock that out in 10 minutes, won't I? And then it just goes down how my life operates, My M6 and M5 are essentially the same engine. One's an M88, one's an S38. Apparently, the only difference between those two cars is the speed at which the oil comes out of the oil pan on an M88. Because I swear to God, it came out with the force of a comet heading to Earth. I mean, I put my little oil catch on, and I'm like, all right, let's pop this off, pull it off. It went like, it had to go horizontally 3 feet, and it totally cleared. So this is how it starts, right?
She's a squirter.
When was the last oil change? That oil was waiting to come out.
Oh, yeah, no, I did it last year. So
Well, that's because there was 14 quarts of it in there.
so I stared at it in disbelief for a second, and then I catch it. So okay, we're good. Just a little bit of mess on the floor.
Oh, no biggie.
Have you ever seen pictures? Every picture I put on Instagram in my garage, there's shit all over the floor because all my cars leak. We'll fix that eventually. So then, obviously, I'm going to go do the oil filter housing. So I pull the oil filter housing out. This is like a metal cup with I'm sure Kyle's familiar with it, with the paper filter in it.
Yeah.
Go pull that off. I just dump fucking oil everywhere. Drop the housing.
That exact
everywhere.
thing happened to me this morning,
Yep.
and that's not supposed to happen to me.
No, that's definitely not
it's
supposed to happen.
yeah.
to you.
I pulled the oil filter out of my buddy Ian's F10 M5.
Yep.
He was waiting too. He didn't know this happened, but he's gonna know now.
He'll know now.
Yeah.
And, my oil bucket was not draining into the bottom, so when I dropped the oil filter, I just got a nice hot.
Oh, a
oil
little
bath.
hot oil bath.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
the beard oil today is brought to you by Ian's M5.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian.
Yep.
What's
Yeah,
that? 5W30, 5W40 in there?
020.
020.
020.
030. 030.
I knew the beard was looking light.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Looking
Yeah.
a little
Light,
thin.
dude. I like the volume.
1060. But,
Yeah.
So, anyways, I dump that. Then it's the lowest part of the car, the oil pan on that car. So it's got a factory fucking oil defender, a pan defender on
Yeah.
it, a pan guard. So like it just drips all over that. So
How many times do you fuck that thing up?
Oh, you should see how fucked up it is now.
How many times does Noah fixed it?
Dude, I'm gonna have to pull it off and rebuild it. I'm gonna have to rebuild the fucking thing, which I can't because I'll get into what happened to my welder. So, anyways, spill fucking oil everywhere again. It's all over the side of my oil catch. Okay, whatever. We got it done. Put the new filter on. Cool. Pop it up. Put the bolt back on. There we go. Fill with oil there. Okay, still on the lift. Let me start it up. I start up. Sounds good. And then I'm like, what's that gurgling? Dude, the fucking oil filter housing didn't seat right.
Oh no.
and it just
no.
pissed a quart of oil all over the ground. And I'll tell you what, a quart of oil, it was like for a second,
Yeah.
but a quart of oil on the ground looks like all the oil in the whole fucking car.
Sure does.
So once again, I used all obviously this is my life, right? So I have an entire bag of like oil sop up shit.
Speedy dry.
Speedy dry. So I used the rest of it, patched that hole up. It only dropped a quart, redid it, sealed it, perfect. Knocked that oil change out in about an hour and a half.
No biggie.
Nobody was mad at me when I came out of there. When we're supposed to go somewhere, just cover. Oh, there was oil in my hair. I mean, it was. But I think any car guy knows. Anytime you're going out to do a 10-minute project,
No,
it's gonna destroy you.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah,
I
I
did
started
the
doing the opposite. If I think something's gonna take 10 minutes, I'm like, yeah, this will probably take like 2 hours.
Yeah, that's the play.
That's it.
Because
That's
it
the
was
one.
just like I literally did the M5 last weekend. It took 10 minutes. It was totally easy.
You got to be honest with yourself.
I guess I wasn't.
Yeah.
I overstepped, man. So that happened. Then I went to weld the exhaust on my M3, which after about an hour and a half of me thinking I totally suck at welding, which I'm not great at it, I realized that the solenoid is busted and it's just not dispensing gas. So it was Charlie flux core over there. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. But I'll tell you what, I grinded it smooth. It looks great now.
You just pump boogers down.
Yeah, dude, lots of boogers.
Why is this thing spitting so much?
Yeah.
Dude, it was so bad. It got to the point where I just had a piece of 16 gauge sitting around that was totally clean. It was like, I can't do any type of beat on this. There's something fucking wrong.
Yeah.
So no gas was coming out, which is great. So that might mean my welder shot. It was involved in the great flood of this year earlier with my 15 drive to work. Yeah, so that was great. It's just one of those days, you know?
Yeah.
One of those days. And now I really want to use a welder, get a bunch of stuff I want to do. Nope.
Can't do it.
No, I think Jess is going to fix it, though. Big shout to Jesse.
Shouts, Jesse.
So that's my Exxon Valdez oil change. Oh, you know, this week I came to a realization also this weekend that it's time to sell on one of my project cars, boys. I said I would
yes.
mention it here. I don't know how long ago it was. Corey, how long ago was it that I bought this fucking thing?
Over 10 years.
Yeah, it was probably about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I bought a 318, a 94, I believe, 318, E30 318, whatever the fuck they called those things. The cheapo one. And an SR20 DET.
E, right? Was it an E?
No, it wasn't an E.
Okay.
They didn't do an E in 18. And I bought an SR20 DET blacktop to put in it. I have mounted the motor in the car, and then I bought my E30 M3.
Yeah.
And that's where that tail ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's sat in my garage for probably 8 years, and it's probably been in the yard for a year and a half now, and I need to get rid of it just because I want to get something else going. And it's a waste. I've had a lot of people ask about the car. So it's a red 318, I think 93 or 94, two-door, SR20s bolted in it. You can buy plates, and it was so long ago that there was no
There's no kits.
there was no kits for it, so I just buy a kit for it now
They
and
make a
slap
full
it
swap
together.
kit now. They're just like boop boop.
But if anybody's
Just like
looking
Yeah,
for
just like
it,
the powder coating.
Yeah, they'll
Yeah.
boop boop.
yeah,
they'll-
exactly. It's just
yeah.
like powder coating.
Yeah, yeah.
So if anybody's looking for, I'd rather sell it as a complete project. It would be a phenomenal drift car. You just weld the diff, call it a day. You probably blow the axles out though.
Nah, somebody will buy that. The way it is.
It's got I don't know how many miles on it, 100+ thousand.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't have the same motor in it. The 318 motor's gone. I sold that a long time ago. But yeah, it's a fairly clean shell. It's kind of like already 30s that haven't been restored. It's kind of pink, but you can just hit that thing with a little buffer, make it red again. I've done that a couple times. Not on that car, thankfully. And yeah, SR20's been in it forever. I've got the wiring harness and the ECU. So if anybody wants it, I want $5,000 for the whole thing, or come haggle me for a price. I don't care.
Don't listen to the Chuck System episode.
Yeah, don't listen to the Chuck System episode. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't have, it's not my shop. I don't have space to keep it there. I don't really want to bring it here because I'm never going to complete it. Someone else should make this car awesome and then, tease me with it,
Have
Just
at
be
it.
like, look what I did.
Yeah.
You could have had this.
This
I-
could have
But
been
someone's going to
Yeah.
finish it and I'm going to be like, should have kept that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good project right there.
Yeah, because I think
Super into
E30
that.
shells are big money now anyways, or E30s are decent money, and SRs are now like $3,500, which is crazy. So, yeah, the thing's minty, so I'm willing to let it go. If anybody wants it, hit me up.
I
Wow,
can't
those
believe
things
that
are
SRs
really-
go for that much money.
That's what I was just gonna say.
They didn't back in the day, but I mean, it's a black top, so it's got variable
Probably not as many left. you
cam
would think.
timing. I don't think there's a lot left.
A lot of people I see that just kind of throw them together and then they
Yeah.
blow up and they're like, well, let's get another one.
Everybody in Fall River.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know. It'd be a great way to get Instagram famous. You know,
Yeah.
E30
Yeah.
with an SR. What's better than that?
That's it.
What was it? I'm trying to think. Was it Wabi back in the day? He had like a 2002, I think, with an SR in it. Maybe. I don't know.
I don't
Maybe I'm
know.
speaking on the turn.
Was it like a cranberry, the red one?
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. That they came up because like talk about it like
I don't think I had an
Insta-famous.
SR20 in it.
No, would it have?
I thought I had an M20.
There was a shop
be
in
wrong.
Connecticut that had an E30 with an SR20 and everything
Yeah.
of it. I'm open to trades, looking for cash, trades for cash.
Nice.
Trade for cash only.
I mean, if there's something
trade for
cool, I mean,
bills.
obviously I'll listen to whatever, but just slide in the DMs. As I said, I'm reasonable. If you think it's way too much money, argue with me, and I won't sell it to you.
Corvette.
Fair price, dude. If you got like some kids, Trump could probably buy that for you.
Oh yeah, dude.
Trump definitely would buy that whole
Now's the
thing.
time.
Use the bucks on it.
You're right. It is not in fact an SR20. It's some sort of BMW.
It is a coupe.
It's some sort of
A Grand
BMW
coupe.
engine. So
Yeah. So, anyways, it's a sweet engine. I had a plan to put a full race turbo kit in it and make it ridiculous, but at the point, I always thought I was going to finish it until I bought my Skyline, and I was like, well, I got an RB now. I'm going to have all the troubles in the world to deal with. I'm not going to deal with the SSR. So
And that's been the flavor of the month for ever since.
I know it's year of the 6th though.
Yeah.
So yeah, if
it's
you're
year
looking
of the 6 every year.
if you're looking for an E30 with an SR in it that you should probably make awesome, hit me up. Or just an E30, you sell the SR. I mean, I think they're worth decent money. And E30s are now too. E30s used to be so goddamn cheap. Pisses me off.
It's difficult now.
Sure is.
Hard times out there.
Hard times. I got a reader tip. That's kind of a callback, kind of a news.
Okay. Shall we cue them?
Yeah, cue the boys, and then I'll get into the reader tip.
Okay. Cueing them. News.
Reader tip news.
Reader tip news.
Reader tip news. Tim Stakram hit me up.
Mm-hmm.
One of our best buddies, Tim the God, Tall Tim.
Tall Tim. Handsome Tim.
Speaking of E30s with great motors, he's got an S52 in his, and that thing definitely
Yeah.
fucks.
Yep.
I think we can all agree. He hit me up about an unfolding drama on the internet. I don't know if anybody you could believe that drama has unfolded on the internet.
No way.
About a company in Richmond called J-Spec, who import front clips,
Okay.
engines, etc. of Japanese cars. So it turns out the cars they were selling front clips of were almost all stolen in Japan.
Interesting.
Huh.
There are pictures.
I can't say I'm surprised.
What does that mean for you here? If you already got one.
I guess it's. I don't know. I don't. I think it's like an Italian speeding ticket where like
You just send back like a sorry letter.
you probably
Right. Like, my bad.
I already bought it.
like.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's not your fault for buying it,
Right.
Right.
and I
think-
don't know if you can get in trouble for it, but they certainly can.
I don't think you can.
Well, you didn't know. You didn't
You
know
didn't
you
know.
purchased
Right.
stolen property.
Yeah. You can't.
So, like, if anyone,
Because they're a viable business. So, like, there's going to be a transaction that took place, potentially some conversations. It'd be like going to Home Depot and
yeah, I mean, J. Crew over there is probably going to be a bit in trouble.
I mean, to full disclosure, they are saying that they had no idea the cars were stolen.
So I was going to say, I wonder if they may not even know.
oh,
Go on their Facebook page. There's definitely a lot of conflicting evidence in that regard. So
Okay.
I'm not going to say
yay or nay?
guilty until proven innocent. I don't want that to happen. But there's definitely a lot of strangeness going on. You can
Right,
read it on their
right. It
Instagram
just-
page. Not their Instagram, their Facebook, unless they've deleted it all, which would be a really bad move.
Yeah.
But the sad part is on that page, they have pictures of like guys in Japan posting their rare STIs or EK Civics, like full, and like this car was just stolen. And then J-Spec having pictures on their website of the front clip of that car.
Ooh.
And I'm talking like an EK with a very distinctive hood with the inset hood pins in it,
Yep.
and special lights and everything. And here's a picture of the car, and then a couple months later, here it is, just the front of the car cut off, motor and hood, and it's just like,
Right.
wow, that's rough to see, dude.
Coincidence. Right. It just.
And it's not just one car.
Right. Right.
Like there was a white STI, which is really rare. That same thing, like beautiful car. I mean, I'm not a Subaru guy, but it was a beautiful looking car.
Yeah.
And then you see, like with the J-Spec thing in the corner, it is the front clip of the car. Like, front clips are cool because you can make your car more J-Spec, more
Right.
Japanese. It's
Yeah.
got the engine, etc.
Yep.
Big
But
thing
if-
for the Type R.
If you think they're coming off clean, really rare cars, And then you can see the picture of the car before someone chainsawed the front end off the thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to watch, man.
And somehow, if you think they've all been hit in the ass, and you
Right. Right. Suddenly, what the hell's going
Yeah,
on?
they could
over
just
there?
be rear-ending people and
Left
then,
and
like,
right, yeah.
following where the car goes.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
intentionally rear-ending
Intentionally
people.
rear-ending people.
No, that's
yeah.
not. No, because
Wow.
these guys, the people in Japan are like, this car got stolen. Please help me find
Yeah,
it.
that's not the case.
And then there are people on the Facebook page tagging the people in Japan because they're posting on Facebook, hey, my car got stolen.
Here it is.
And then 3-4 months later, it shows up on JSpec's page. Not a full car anymore.
yeah,
a
so
cut off
3
front
4
clip.
months, I would totally forget what my project car looked like.
Yeah, it's just
So I
gone.
probably wouldn't recognize it.
Nah,
if
you
posted
never
it.
know. You
Yeah.
never know. But some of them are really clean cars.
It's a big
so
bummer.
it's unfolding. As I said, they say they don't have anything to do with it. They don't know. Okay.
yeah.
But you're going to have to prove that to somebody that's not
I was
me.
going to say somebody. Yeah, I don't know.
I hope they
Somebody
had
wants
nothing
an
to do with
answer,
it.
yeah.
That would be terrible. You know, that's one of two. Richmond has JSpec, and then they have the other guys over there, the classic guys,
Japanese classics.
Japanese classics, which is
Yeah.
an incredible business. But they're not selling; those are selling
Parts.
full-on
Full
cars.
Yeah.
It's real tough to steal one of those and then export it from a country because you need export papers. Where your front clip,
Yeah.
It's
not
just-
that hard. It's
Right,
just car parts.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of front clips come in. So, yeah, it's a developing story. Check it out. You're always going to be careful when you're buying used car parts. I don't think the people that bought these are going to have to give them back or anything, but
No.
I wouldn't feel great about my front end coming off some poor guy's car in Japan that
Right. Just
loved the thing.
Yeah, it makes you
Right.
feel a bit dirty.
There are a couple of Aussie guys on there like, oh, my V-Spec got stolen last year. There's probably these scumbags that took it. I was like, whoa.
Oh, so they're just yeah. I'm sure. Well, now that
Lots of jumping on, so.
the stigma's there, people are going to come out of the woodwork. I'm sure, whether rightfully so or not.
But it's an interesting developing story. I haven't seen like a Jalopnik or anything pick it up yet, but I'm sure it'll be on there
tomorrow morning.
tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow afternoon.
So
Interesting.
yeah, really interesting. I hate to see it. And they were such cool, like because they are known for having really rare shit. You know, like why would anybody front clip this thing? Like maybe get hit by a train or something. But
Right.
that sucks. So maybe there's just some crooked guys that they're working with and they don't know about over there in Japan.
Right.
Can't
Which very well
can't
could be.
disregard
But
that.
and the problem is like trying to prove any of it. Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's
Yeah, it's super hard.
Verge is asking if you can finance a stolen front clip, and I believe you can.
Yeah, a firm will do it.
Affirm.
Affirm will
Yeah,
do it, no
they'll do
problem.
Yeah, Affirm will do it.
100%.
It's a great idea to do that as well.
Yeah.
I definitely do front clips.
It'll-
Big return on
Money's
the wing,
cheap. Money's cheap.
Big return on the wings, hood, and headlights.
Yeah, give me the front and rear clip. I'm gonna
Yeah.
re-weld her. So yeah, that was really just wild to see, and it sucks to see that happen, especially the cool stuff. It's
Yeah.
like stealing cars is fucking bullshit anyway. But you're gonna steal fucking like really cool tuner shit, and then like
Right. It's
hard to
just-
hear.
Yeah.
But check it out. Get
Especially-
involved in the drama. You know what's better than that?
Right,
You
just
got nothing
read
to
it.
do.
Read it, form your own opinions. That's
Yeah,
all.
that's kind of what I did.
read both sides, you know?
Yeah, but shouts to Tim for bringing that up. I probably wouldn't have seen that.
What?
I'm
I
on their
think
website
Pete,
now.
I think Pete sent it to me. Like it's on their Facebook that the thing's going down. I think Pete sent it to me later on today too. So
I was just checking out the website just for the fuck of it, see what's going on here.
yeah, see the clips. You see how they display their front clips? It's like the front of the car and the hood kind of stuck in it.
Yeah.
Put that together with a picture of the car before it died. That's oof. It's
Yeah.
like faces of death shit.
Yeah, it's rough to see.
Yeah.
But hopefully that all gets sorted out for them. I hope. You
Yeah.
know, some
Hopefully they weren't involved.
some resolution comes somewhere. How much could they possibly charge for a BRZ engine? How much could they
I'm
possibly
pretty sure you can
charge?
just pick them up for free.
According to them,
It's not a BRZ engine, isn't that an Outback engine?
it's $2,500. Well,
For how many?
Probably buying like the fenders and the bumper, you know.
Yeah, is that the whole front clip?
yeah.
Is that with a trip to Japan?
Like new 3 million miles. Yeah. I don't
What
know.
are you gonna put a BRZ motor in? I mean, you trying to slow your Miata down?
I have no idea.
This
really don't.
This Miata's too wild.
Yeah.
Golf cart, but
It is
depends on what
too
brand.
Fast for me. Yeah.
$2,500. You could buy Chuck C30. You could buy a BRZ motor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have a slow
And
E30.
go as
Be
slow
awesome.
as you want.
Yeah.
I don't know what you put it in, especially modern. Maybe I said
I don't
maybe
know
a
either.
golf cart. Nothing Polaris makes.
No.
I think I got a 1-cylinder chainsaw that makes more horsepower than those things.
High torque. What else we got for news?
Kind of on the tail of some JDM stuff, but not always JDM because there's a lot of cool people there and they don't steal shit. But Lock City coming back.
Lock
June,
City
Ooh,
coming
are they?
back.
June 5th, June 6th.
Oh, hell yeah. I didn't see that.
Obviously a different setup because of everything going on. They're
Yeah.
figuring out what to do. I'm just happy to see them coming back
Absolutely.
swinging.
Yep.
It's them and Dana White bringing sports back to the people.
That's it.
Fuck NASCAR. But Dana White,
Wait, what happened?
well,
with
NASCAR came out and they were like, we're the first sport to come back after all this. And it's
Oh, yeah,
like,
no. Meanwhile, UFC never left.
Yeah, they never left, never
Yeah.
stopped. So
And NASCAR sport,
I'll call it a sport. I'll call it
I
a
mean,
sport.
drivers are certainly athletic.
I'll call it a sport because it requires a lot more than I have to give to it, right? Like someone can't just go in and do it, right?
Right. Okay.
It's like
Okay.
golf. It's like golf is so fucking hard to do. Like no one can just get up there and just do it. I mean,
Right, to
you
just-
you fucking how long did you play golf for?
I played golf like through high school and when I was younger.
Yeah, and you just can't get in there and just be
Yeah,
like,
yeah. No,
have
you can
at
go,
it.
You can go out there and hack, but if
Yeah.
you're going to go,
Oh, I was
try
a
to
bad
score.
man with
Yeah,
golf.
I
when
heard, yeah,
quit.
I heard.
I would shoot under par. I was
But
a bad dude.
Yeah.
But
Lock
I-
City coming
fuck
back.
that.
So it's them and Dana White bringing sports back to the people.
You know, I talked to Mr. Lynch about it real quick.
M.
Mike
Lynch.
Lynch, Drift Lynch, and he assured me that it's going to be the same amount of seat time, but it's just kind of a more condensed time frame, different groups, etc. So if you're thinking about getting into it, definitely get into it. You're definitely going to get your seat time in. As they were saying, time to dust off the cars and put the rigs away.
The amount of enthusiasm I saw as soon as he posted this, people were just sharing
Oh,
it,
people
reposting it,
chomping at the bit.
nonstop. So
Yeah.
people are really amped to make it happen, and I'm excited to see them making it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but big shout to Mike and Josh and all the boys at Lock City for
Yeah.
making that happen. Big shout to Lock City Lunkers. They're still getting it done.
Yeah, out there
But for
catching those Larrys.
to be able to have an event go on like that where you can drive, like, dude, it's like a pay anything
less
moment.
than less
It's
than
just-
a week.
It's
Well, I'm
next
sorry, not
week.
less than a week. Less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I know we got a little something going on. We might have some driving coming up soon.
Chuck
Stay
and
tuned
I,
for that.
Chuck and I were
We get-
chit-chatting a bit before.
We get
Yeah.
a couple events we're working on right
Yeah,
now.
some stuff. Obviously, it's going to be different, but
It's going to be awesome.
Everything's gonna be different.
yeah, we can get your motors running, if you will.
Get
Yeah.
your motors running.
Yeah.
If
Shall.
Yeah.
yeah.
What else we got?
I get kind of a little callbacky news.
What do you got?
Hertz went for the old late night bankruptcy. They did a Chapter
did they?
11 bankruptcy protection. So be prepared for a ton of former rental cars to be dumped in the market. So
Ooh.
if you're a big Chevy Sonic enthusiast, it's your time.
Sonic.
Get your money right.
They have
Money's
Impalas.
cheap.
The
Impalas
Sonic
still.
or whatever it is I rented when I was in Aruba. I drive one every day. It was
There we go.
fucking hysterical.
Guess
'cause
what? You're about to have the chance.
Yeah,
They
because
make
there's
that
no
a manual.
car faster than a fucking rental car.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
when you buy a rental car, that speed inherently goes away.
Yeah.
Chapter 11 is bankruptcy protection, so it gives you the ability to try to pay off your creditors. So maybe my points are safe, so they are still operating. And that's Hertz, Dollar, Thrifty, and Firefly. All those
What?
guys.
I never heard
What
of
the hell's
Firefly.
Fuck if I know. It was a
Yeah.
TV show. It was pretty fine. So they dumped a bunch of Chevy performance cars. We talked about that last
Yep.
time. Some of
Yep,
the big
and
the big
that-
dog stuff.
Yellow spec.
I don't think it helped as much as they hoped, so they're about to dump a lot more cars. So
When's the AMG gonna hit the market?
not soon enough. Yeah, so that's happening. Hertz are my boys, so it's hard for me to see.
I wonder if there's a way to like figure out like if the car you're looking at is like an X Hertz car. You know what I'm saying? Like
I think they're selling them through Hertz car sales. So
Oh,
probably.
okay. So it's not like they're just dumping into auction sites. Like
I think they're selling them through Hertz car sales, but I can't imagine they're going to do it. So yeah, they're probably going to dump most of them through auction sites.
Yeah.
So in which case, if it's hammered, it's probably a previously Hertz car
Or if it's like 2 or 3 years old with astronomical miles.
and Chinese tires on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of makes sense.
So that's further developing, but they are officially Chapter 11
you got to
bankruptcy
use your
protection.
points.
I don't know, man. What if they pull out of bankruptcy? I don't want to blow all my points on something.
It's a gamble. It's a
It
gamble.
is. It's definitely a gamble.
Call somebody there. Give the CEO a shout.
Hey,
Like, hey, look, I need you to advise
I
me.
got 10,000 points. I'm going to need you to talk to me about this.
Yeah, you need to tell me what's
As one of your largest point holders.
the haps.
Yeah. What
what's
kind of
the
check you
haps?
going to cut me for these points?
Yeah.
So
What else we got for news? Anything?
You got anything, Josh?
Uh,
You're saying
yeah, there's an over there.
Well,
sounds like something developing. That's a developing
The headline's a bit misleading. BMW M2 to die in Europe this fall. Well, yeah, because they're planning for another one. And then it just says due to emissions getting stricter, they're going to ditch the S55. And obviously, everything's going to potentially switch to the newer S58, as similar as the X3M, X4M, M3, M4, etc. Meanwhile, the current M2 will soldier on in North America and other parts of the world where laws regarding emissions are not as strict yet. Same story for the M760i, which is next gen 7 series. Will likely be indirectly replaced by a fully electric version already confirmed. So there's a new M2 planned, but in Europe it's going to die after this fall.
Isn't the S58 just like an engine bay full of murder?
Yes.
It's
100%.
It's like the most powerful six-cylinder they've ever made anywhere.
I haven't really done much work on them yet, but like an oil change on a regular X3 would pay like 0.3.
One second. So Ryan is here for a particular reason.
Kyle.
He works with
Kyle. That's Kyle.
Oh,
come on, man.
Oh, fuck.
Damn.
Fuck. Why did I think it was Ryan? Anyway,
His middle name's Ryan.
but yeah. No. Before we cover this, where do you work?
Well, we
Norwood.
Can, I was going to say,
I'll just
you
say
don't
it.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Norwood
it's not like
BMW.
Yeah, BMW in general.
Not doing
Check
any
that.
trash
Yeah.
talking about them. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
So you have a wealth of knowledge and experience with working on all this stuff.
Yeah, I've been there for about 5 years.
So you're saying the engine bay.
I'm saying the S58 apparently is outrageously fast and complicated.
it's covered by a sheet of plastic, so you don't really know what's under there.
Yeah.
But yeah, like an X3M, it pays like an hour to do the oil change because there's like a bunch of strut braces and plastic panels you got to pull off just to get to the oil filter.
Huh.
But I mean, they're really new, so I haven't seen anything break on them yet.
Yeah.
Gonna have to give him a little time.
Yeah. Give him a little time.
Time will tell.
But
We'll figure it out.
I mean, that X3M competition's 500 horsepower to that motor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so put that on an M2. Who wouldn't like that?
Right. Well, this
Right.
did I ditch
Yeah,
the thing?
a rear-wheel
Sounds
drive
good.
as well.
It said
yeah,
there,
that's great.
it basically said that the M2 is going to be limited to roughly a figure of 400 horsepower because they don't want to overshadow.
Yeah, we know
the
we can
other stuff.
unlimit that
Yeah.
horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
M3.
So and we're going to get into that stuff very soon here with Kyle
Perfect.
because I have a lot of questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Lots
not
of
Ask
questions.
away.
Not Ryan.
Not
Kyle.
Ryan.
Not Ryan.
Kyle.
No, Ryan's
Not
not coming
Ryan.
for a little while.
Yeah.
Ryan's actually the
I
guy
don't know where I got
he's
that
dropping
from,
off the
but hey.
shawarma.
Yeah, that's all right. There's a Y in there. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in there somewhere.
Kyle Ryan.
Pretty much the same
Yeah,
name.
it's almost the
Pretty
same,
Same
yeah.
name.
Yeah. 4 letters.
Yeah.
Jesus, I can see how that would happen.
Who saw the video with Elon Musk and Jay Leno with the Cybertruck?
I saw a part of it that just like suddenly switched to someone else.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It was him, and then they like go driving. And they're about to get in like the Tesla tunnel,
Yeah.
and then it just switches to some guy like some other guy. I don't
Oh.
fucking know.
was
Totally different
just-
part of the
Yeah,
episode.
you
That
got
was just
beat. You
Elon.
got beat on that video.
Yeah, I got beat, dude. I was like, what's going on?
That's not the one.
He just changed form. That's all.
Yeah. So I
Oh,
saw
it's true.
Yeah.
It was a
little bit-
reptile. It was him and a lizard.
with he shapeshifted, right?
With a robot.
The Geico insurance gecko. What the
Yeah.
fuck is happening?
Yeah. Flo.
Hello, Jay Leno.
Progressive. So they were talking about it. I just saw this video. They're talking about the car, and they asked, what's the deal with colors? Well, Elon says customers can wrap it if they want a different color, right?
There we go.
Super smart.
Easy.
I mean, do whatever the
Fuck
fuck you
it, wrap
want.
it.
You just
Do what
throw,
you want.
because wrap's super cheap, as we all
Yeah, throw a
don't
wrap
know.
on it.
Especially those fucking panel. Like they're just.
Yeah, just
Well,
pour-
it's like
fortunately,
putting up sheetrock.
just poorly wrap that thing, you know?
he's looking to reduce the size by 3%. So you save a lot over the course of the entire car, and 3%, you save a lot in the wrap material.
right.
3%.
It's just-
Nothing
But-
like 3% discount.
The interesting thing I pulled out of it was that they're looking to lower the windowsill height, which I thought was intriguing because everything that's newer is the windowsills are going up and up and up and up. Like John just said it last week. He was in the Mustang,
Oh, right.
and he says, where you put your elbow. I mean, we've been in all the
You can
Yeah,
hang your arm
yeah.
out of a Cybertruck.
like maybe if they're lowered enough, who
That's the
knows?
move,
Yeah,
yeah.
who knows?
That would be the
getting
play.
back to that old, Ford F-150.
Get that tan arm lean.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Oh.
get the farmer's tan. Where do you think it originated from?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't get
Farmers.
no farmer's tan in a fucking Camaro. You just get a neck burn.
elbow tan.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, burn your armpit.
Yeah.
You know, just-
So, I thought that was pretty interesting. I did see them drive in the tunnel.
I didn't see that part.
It's pretty funny because Jay's like, I don't know, man, it's pretty tight. And he's like, I don't think we've done this before. And Elon's like, no, just give it a go, see what happens. Dude, he's got like 2 or 3 inches on either side of the tires.
Does it drive itself through the tunnel though?
No, Jay's driving it.
Fuck that.
And, I mean, he fucking dug a tunnel under LA. I get it. It's
You
really
want to
fucking
curb
cool.
some concept wheels?
But it literally just looks like a fucking, like a highway
Like a parking
tunnel. It
garage.
doesn't look any different.
Right.
And it's like there's like shitty pipes in the wall, and like I get it's not finished. It's one of his test tunnels, but it's like it's super tight, and
Yeah.
it shows you just how fucking enormous either the truck is or how small the tunnel
Isn't it
is.
supposed to auto drive through the tunnel? Wasn't that the whole point of the tunnel?
I guess,
I
yeah.
believe so,
But
yeah.
like this is just a tunnel you can drive through. It's just like a paved tunnel. I think this is
like the
Elon's.
bus tunnel in Providence.
I think this is Elon's personal
Proof of concept.
transportation.
Okay.
Is what I think. I
Yeah.
think if he drives this to and fro.
Yeah, but that was in the point. It's like, yeah, we can drive in the tunnel. Fuck it, let's do it. I mean,
And
I
he's like-
own it.
yeah,
Like, okay.
Right, right.
Yeah. But
And to that, I say, the first person who goes through said tunnel with a fucking just piece of shit car
yeah.
and clogs the thing.
God bless him.
What? So
Oh.
Jay says, okay, well, we're just one of us, whatever. And he's like, oh, like finished product would have multiples going, and like being able to switch and move off to other ones.
So wait,
And then also like outcoves for people if they break down to move vehicles to, or
All
you
right,
know,
I was just gonna say you
Okay.
need at least 2 lanes for
Yeah.
breakdowns.
so basically just like
putting a highway under the ground.
just like going fucking under Boston.
yeah, but the whole thing's supposed to be auto drive stuff. So you
Yeah.
just go in and like the
It
cars
does
could be
its
2
thing.
inches
Right,
apart and
right.
just hammer
And
through.
it
Yeah.
just- yeah.
With Jay Leno just chinning through that thing.
I mean, it's only him. And I think even at one point Elon's like, yeah, give it, let it go a little bit. And Jay's like, are you sure? Like, yeah, it was tight. It was real tight. Like they show the ass end of it go in, and you're like, is it gonna fit?
If there's anybody who has money to fix that thing after they fuck it up, it's
Yeah.
I mean,
him.
he's the one telling you to take it. You're going to crash his car in his tunnel. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
The only thing I could think of was like riding up the wall.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Well, did you
see
ever
if I can do a
that,
full loop.
I forgot.
Hey, Elon, I'm going to try to go full loop, all right?
Well,
We
did you
go
ever,
full loop.
did you ever see the study that shows that an F1 car has enough downforce to do a full loop?
Yep.
Yeah,
This could be the
Fascinating.
place to do it.
yeah. I think the
That's
Cybertruck's got it too.
There's
Enough speed.
Plenty
Downforce.
of downforce.
it
Plenty
only,
of
weigh,
downforce.
only weighs about 8,000 pounds. Sure,
Um,
flip that thing upside down.
It was interesting. Again, I don't think we'll ever see that as the actual truck, but to see Jay Leno driving it,
No, it's going to be 3% less.
yeah, to see someone besides Elon Musk driving it,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. What was Leno's overall like?
I haven't been able to see a full video. There's like a clip of them talking about it. There's a clip of them driving in the tunnel, and then it ends. Like it hasn't been full video.
Okay.
I don't think they've released it yet.
I think I got the beginning part. You got the tunnel part.
Yeah.
You know,
I got them talking. I got the tunnel, the entrance to the tunnel.
I got right to the
Yeah,
entrance and they cut me off.
interior feel from the video or
No.
no?
No. The camera angles are oddly
Yeah.
suspicious.
Milk
Strange.
crates.
In my opinion, oddly suspicious. No.
Right.
Full seats.
Okay.
Looks like regular seats, but like to see the dash assembly or anything like that,
Yeah,
just not a piece of granite. Like I don't.
yeah.
It's probably no dash.
Yeah.
Who needs to know the speed
Somebody.
besides the car?
Yeah.
Black powder coated
Yes.
metal.
None of your
That's all.
business. But interesting.
I got news that Mclaren is laying off 1,200 employees.
Yeah, I've seen that.
That's a bummer.
unfortunate.
Pretty much inevitable.
A quarter of their staff.
Is that
my
a quarter of the
understanding.
force?
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus. Tough to see.
It's not good.
Yeah. Hopefully it's the electronics guys, though.
the whole EV department.
Well, they weren't doing anything before, so
No, who did
Yeah.
who did the stereo on this fucking thing? Get out of here. No, but that sucks.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there's a quarter of your workforce. That's rough, man. But nobody's selling nothing, especially in the UK.
Yeah, it's not good. Hopefully they can come back. I don't know. Yeah, who knows what's going to come back, what's not.
Strangely enough, I have Tesla news.
You don't say.
Yeah,
What do you
I know,
got?
Surprise. Tesla's cutting all its prices by 6% to get sales going.
I saw that article. I didn't get to read it, so I'm happy you brought it up.
The Model S is down to $74,999 from $79,990.
Which version is that?
That's just the base, boy.
So was that 75 kilowatt or whatever?
I don't even know what the base is anymore. But it's 2K. It's 2K off the
P-
lowest Model 3. So their whole thing was not to mess with pricing and keep it the same. But I mean, this is kind of.
Right, this is not
Any
not exactly
financing
expected.
deals they're running?
I don't think so. I don't.
No, they don't really.
I
move
mean,
like
I
that?
think the world is running financing deals now, so I don't know why you'd finance through Tesla. But yeah, so if you're looking to get a Tesla, I guess now's the time. But
Yeah,
times are a little rough, so maybe not. See what happens. But
I don't know. I
3% down on size on the Cybertruck, now 6% off the car. What's next? 9%.
I
Wow,
don't know.
long range.
What's the code?
Tesla Model S long range
Mm-hmm.
starting at 69,490.
Yep.
Performance 89,490.
The
So
Performante.
Where's the number I got from?
I don't know.
Fucking internet.
That's Model S.
70K. All right, there you go.
What are
It's
they-
even better.
Are they
even more
discounting
off.
the Model Y already?
Is the Y a thing?
Let's see,
I've
Model
never
Y.
The Y?
Oh, yeah, the Y. I think they're discounting everything.
Of course, the Y is a thing.
Wow, Model Y long range 48,690. Performance 56,690.
There you go.
There you go. That's cool.
$10,000
Let me
over
just
$10,000
double-check
between
on
the two. You got
The
a
Model 3, did we hit $30,000 yet?
I think you get one, but it doesn't come with motor or batteries.
Model 3 Standard Range Plus, 33,690.
Whoa,
Close.
baby. We're
And
getting
Not there, but close.
That's just the rear drive single motor.
Which, I mean, we went for a ride in it.
All a man
Good
needs.
enough.
Perfectly fine, right?
Yeah.
And then the Model 3 dual motor all-wheel drive
The
long
M3?
range.
It's the M3.
How dare you? Long range 42,690, performance 50,690.
Okay.
Well, now you going and done it.
Existing inventory. Sorry, I'm gonna.
You're going to go build something?
Oh, we've looked through that before.
Oh yeah,
Pretty
just
Been
there's
there.
some pre-owned stuff. Not much, but
There's some non-pre-owned stuff, too. There's just some dealer lot stuff there as well.
Just ready to move.
We're just trying to have that throwdown. So anyways, that's all I got for news, but interesting. It seems like it's getting closer and closer to the perfect time to buy a new car. Newish car.
Newish.
I-
New
Rental
to you.
car. New to you car.
dare I say is the time now, or do we wait 2 weeks?
Now let those
You might
Hertz,
catch
let
a
those
sweet
Hertz
point.
cars, let
That-
those
Where,
Hertz cars hit the market.
Maybe you're picking back up at work, and then
Yeah.
things are still on sale.
So that's we had kind of a bit of a discussion last week at work. Just the consumer confidence. You need consumers to be confident to spend money. Yet there seemingly is a lot of people still spending a lot of money. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but we're here.
Yeah. Just a quick little thing. Not really too much for news, but I saw the New York Auto Show pushed back to spring 2021.
So it's canceled.
Yeah.
So March
Pushed back.
31st to April 1st.
So the 2020 shows
So
pushed
2020.
to spring 2021.
2021. Yeah.
Not canceled.
So
though.
wait. 2020 models are going to be. This is going to set everything back.
Yeah, and we're gonna be back for
I'm
years.
going to be so confused.
Yeah. So the choice of words was very interesting that they used
Let me hear
Okay.
it.
because, well, no, I just said it. It's
Oh, that was it.
yeah,
Oh,
that
oh.
was it. The pushed back isn't really pushed back. It's just
It's
canceled,
canceled because
Canceled.
they canceled it by pushing it back, and
Yeah.
now they're pushing it back again.
They're just
for a
gonna
full year.
gloss over.
Right.
Holy shit! It
Yeah.
makes my head hurt.
And I guess the reason is because they're still using the Javits Center as a makeshift hospital.
Yes.
Didn't I thought
Even though there's no one inside,
okay.
they're still using it as that facility.
Well, the city must have leased it to the feds for good money, so
Or
that's how you
something.
do
Yeah,
that.
just to leave it empty.
Did that in Rhode Island, that's for sure. Yeah, that brings me to: is everything gonna? Nothing's gonna happen this year, right?
I don't think so.
Nothing on
Not
any front is gonna happen.
super thankful and great that Lock City's happening.
Yeah.
But as far as like shows, I don't think.
I'm still holding off of Wolf's Guard,
I hope so.
God bless.
holding off of Fieldworks.
Oh, Fieldworks is
Fieldworks
happening.
is going to happen
Yeah.
no matter what.
Those boys will get
Those
it done.
fucking hooligans.
Nice.
What's
They'll
that,
figure it out.
What was that? During Prohibition, what were they called? The speakeasy.
Speakeasies.
Bootleggers?
Yeah. That's the kind of outfit. they
Yeah, I
got
think
going on
Fieldworks
there.
is happening no matter what. We can
Yeah.
we can stay confident.
In a
but
dark-
I don't know about anything else.
A deep dark alley. Knock 4 times and use the nipple as the password.
But we got some
That'll get
stuff
in.
that I think we're going to be able to do above board.
Yeah. No. So in
We had to do some reaching out.
there will certainly be some events that we plan. Obviously, with the type of event will have a limited number anyway. But at the same time,
It won't matter.
it won't matter, right? So like,
And it's not virtual for those of y'all.
yeah, no, this is real deal.
IRL.
Get your shit ready, type of stuff. But again, like our magazine release party, I don't think that'll happen again this year. I don't know, because that was about 150 people in a confined space.
You might be able to book your time slot,
Right,
Have
right.
separate rooms. We get a lot of rooms.
Magazine release party over the
Like a
course
reading party.
over the course of a week.
Depends when it comes out. Maybe do an outside. We get a big enough outside
We
facility.
do have a lot of outside.
That's true. I just don't know if even outside. I think just
Outside's
going to
be
people.
150, I think, in July.
We'll have to get a little clicker.
Yeah,
Count
sure.
people.
No,
Yeah,
I'll
I just
count.
kind of give
I'll
it a
just
head count. Yeah.
Yeah, we look good.
Young
Give it
Ben,
a gloss over.
Young Ben, stand at the gate.
Yeah.
Tell me when you get to 149.
Yeah, he's a good counter.
Yeah.
No one else in until someone else leaves.
Yeah.
I think we can figure something out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get something.
We're certainly going to
We
try.
have some shit going that's going to be a lot of fun that we haven't done before, and they're going to happen sooner than later. We get a couple people to
Video.
reach out to.
Yeah, video will be involved. Vehicles will be involved, obviously.
It's going to involve motoring.
Fun should be had.
If you're in a state that doesn't limit groups, let us know.
Yeah.
Come to us.
We got some ideas.
Maybe we'll come find you.
But yeah, as far as big,
Big blowouts at the facility, I don't know that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. What else we got?
I'm fresh out.
I get some YouTube stuff.
'Kay.
YouTube stuff.
YouTube stuff. We don't have a noise for that.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Yeah, you made one.
Hold
Oh,
on,
wait,
let's see
yeah,
how
we
bad
do.
it is. Does this thing work yet?
Yeah. No, you did.
Video.
There you go.
There you go. Glad I made that. Old video. I just kind of ran into it. Old video Leno put out, him driving Steve McQueen's XKSS. It's cool. I mean, Steve McQueen was the coolest guy.
He was a bad man.
XKSS is the coolest Jag. Leno's driving it. And honestly, like I've seen a lot of Leno videos, the smile on that guy's face and the fact that he just runs out of words at a point and he's just driving like ear to ear grinning, that XKSS is going to be one of the best cars ever.
Speaks for
I'd be
itself.
surprised if he doesn't have one now.
Think so?
I mean,
how long ago did he drive it?
I don't know. I didn't even look. It wasn't new though, so I don't know. I was looking up XKSS. I went down this rabbit hole. I was watching some Hoonigan video where they let Scotto run around the Peterson for a day by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
When?
like
Like
Confessions of
recently?
a Madman. Yeah, it's coming out
Oh,
the last
wow.
couple of weeks. And he goes to the XKSS, and then I'm like, oh, XKSS are sick. I'd like to watch about that. So Leno did it. Watch that. Leno's face told me XKSS is the bomb.
It's a jam.
So, yeah, the Scotto Museum series is interesting. It's really funny. If you haven't been to the Peterson, it's extremely interesting. If you have been, it's a nice little refresher. Spends a lot of time in the vault. A lot of cool cars there. If you're in L.A. or traveling to L.A., which nobody is right now, unless you're stuck there, Peterson, when it opens back up to the public.
How's that place funded?
The Mr. Peterson who started it, I say Mr. because I don't know his first name,
Yeah.
was the originator of Hot Rod Magazine.
Okay.
So he made a bunch of Hot Rod Magazine money, and then that's how we started the museum. A bunch of the cars were his, and they talk about it a little bit in that. And then he rolled that into the museum, and now the museum, I think, I'm sure it's a non-for-profit, but pretty sure it's self-funded because it is not cheap to get in.
Okay.
Unless you know the trick.
Which I truly am just like, I hope they own the building because I wouldn't want to see something like that.
They built
unfortunately.
that. They built
I'm
that
saying, if you
building.
haven't seen it, yeah, they definitely, it's theirs.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
it's not
theirs
like
and
you're-
no one else's.
You're not going to
Yeah.
be able to rent that thing out for anything. It's
Right,
a
right,
big
just-
metal bird's nest
Catered to.
in the middle of LA. Have you seen the outside of Peterson?
Yeah, I've seen the outside. Yeah.
It's totally the same. That's where Biggie got shot.
right out front at that intersection.
Biggie got a shot leaving an event of the Peterson.
Yeah.
Not great for
Was
the
it?
Peterson.
Oh no, I'm thinking Tupac. Never mind.
I don't think
So
Pac got
definitely
shot there.
visit. Don't leave.
Yeah. So, anyways, it was really cool.
It was really cool. I've been numerous times.
Yeah. So if you want
to
to
go,
it'd be nice to check out.
Speaking of Hoonigan, you see that they put a little teaser up, making it official that Travis Pastrana is going to be the next Gymkhana.
That's great. You know what? It's funny you mentioned that because there was a Pastrana versus Ken Block video that they put out.
Yep.
And the thing about Travis Pastrana is he's like a talented Ken Block.
Whoa.
Pastrana, like, did you guys, either one of you guys watch
I
that
watched
video?
it.
I watched
I
it,
wasn't
yeah.
impressed
I
with
did not
either of
watch
them.
that.
Yeah,
Pastrana
I was
drives
so
that thing
underwhelmed with,
Pastrana
like-
drives that side by side on two wheels for
Yeah.
like 5 minutes. He's got
Yeah.
his kids in the video.
no, that was.
I don't
cool.
know. I was really impressed with that.
Yeah.
I didn't
It
think
just-
the block one didn't do it for me.
I just came away thinking like, man, it'd be fun to drive one of those. That
Yeah.
was about
Yeah,
it.
they are fun.
Yeah.
Pastrana's a monster, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. Then I got in a Nitro Circus K-hole.
And he's
a crazy person.
So that's the thing about him is he's to that point where, well, Block is obviously is nuts, especially the climb con of stuff when he climbed Pikes Peak.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was wild.
But Pastrana's got another gear.
Pastrana is. Did you see the Pit Bike Nationals at his house?
Yeah.
I'm watching that. I'm just like the amount of like. The amount of legal implication going on with this thing. They're doing the slip and bleed.
Yeah.
Pastrana does stuff regularly in one take that you're gonna die if you don't land.
Yes, and that's my thing. It's
Yeah.
just he's
It's full
got
commitment.
He's
Full
got
commit.
a gear of right. He's got that gear of
And it's not like that young of a guy anymore, and he's still fucking nuts.
yeah. You're right. You look at and
Look at where he lives.
if you watch some of the Nitro Circus videos and that sort of shit, you see the dude like walking around with his shirt off, and you see him and his fucking shoulders are going
just fucked,
are going
dude.
every which way but straight, like his shit poking out, and you're like, what?
That guy's doing
the
fucking
fuck?
front flips on dirt bikes.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So that's the thing is like, okay, Gymkhana, you know what you were gonna get. It was cool location, some cool shit, and it was still cool, but it was still the same stuff. Pastrana is crazy enough to have something that you go, holy fuck.
Pastrana's also
Yeah.
a badass rally driver as
Everything.
well.
Right,
Pastrana's
right.
great at
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, 100%. He's gonna front flip a car.
something,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
Just, I'm sure there'd be some absurd thing.
He stopped rally because it wasn't dangerous enough.
It's fucking mad.
Watch his Nitro Circus videos.
Yeah.
It's crazy. The people he surrounds himself with
Oh my god.
are nutcases.
Yeah,
It's
They're
amazing.
Straight Bike
absolutely-
Tommy, baby.
Yeah, Street Bike Tommy, for example.
One of
Yeah.
my all-time favorite videos.
Yeah, Street
The-
Bike
the-
Tommy. He went for broke.
You know what I'm
That
talking
one hurts to watch.
Oh,
Oh
it really
my
does.
God.
It
Yeah.
really
Still
does.
so memorable.
And I love how not
Yeah.
panicked they are when that happens, even though they should be really panicked. The
Just
guy
expected.
Herbert. So I watched a video with them doing like the Baja in side by sides and in trucks they have.
Yeah.
And like he's got this guy that builds his Moto X courses, Herbert, and he's like this weird backcountry redneck dude. And they like blow a tire off one of the side by sides, and he's like, "Oh, I can fix that." Like he's not worried about anything. And he's like, "Well, we don't have a jack." He's like, "Yep," just hooks it up to the other one, locks the brakes, pulls it up on its side. I mean, it's just, oh my god. He's surrounded himself with the best people.
Yeah.
God bless him, man. It's gonna be awesome if Pastrana doing it.
That's what I'm waiting
If you
for.
don't watch the Nitro Circus videos, I mean, just pick any one. It's ridiculous. The
Yeah.
Pit Bike Nationals at his house is the scariest thing for an insurance agent ever to watch. I mean, it's literally like 50 strangers hitting jumps on 110cc little bikes.
Everything. The way that Polaris video begins with his kids going down the slide that's made out of sewage pipe
slipping
cut in
village,
half.
yeah.
FEMA tubing.
Just
yeah.
FEMA tube.
Well, the Pit Bike
Yeah.
Nationals, it's a bunch of strangers on that covered in baby soap
Yeah.
going 200 miles an hour into the airbag that Street Bike Tommy missed.
Yeah. Yeah, his long lost love.
Well, back then it was the foam pit, so it
Dude,
was a little tougher to,
Oh, it was a foam pit.
to identify.
Yeah, they're going like with 1 second intervals behind them, and they're all landing in the same
the
place
same
on the
fucking-
thing. Like it
right.
doesn't work if it's already down.
Yeah.
And they're covered in soap, so
and
they're
it
just
doesn't work
getting launched.
if you're landing on other people. That's
Yeah, so I don't know. Pastrana's an animal, man. That's awesome.
yeah.
So.
That'll be cool.
Pastrana's king. That's what I have.
He really is.
Yeah, I'm interested. I was expecting more from the video, but I don't know why. But I'm expecting some big stuff from him.
I was
so-
let down by Ken Block's just like going in and out of the Hoonigan garage.
Yeah.
And Pastrana's house, he's like blasting by his own skate park, his jumps. Like his place is crazy, man.
Yeah. It'll be
I
interesting.
think Jesse's been there.
It'll be very interesting.
Pastrana land
there's
back
a
in the
couple-
day.
Who else do I know? I can't remember who it was, but
If
yeah,
you've
there's
been-
somebody.
You know,
There's
shout.
somebody that
Yeah.
was there. I don't know. What else we got for
I got Hoonigan Autofocus. I watched one, which I like their things. That's Larry Chen.
Larry Chen? Yeah,
It's
those are
Larry
those are
Chen.
super cool.
Whimsically wandering through people's car collections. He's just like, hey, man,
Yeah.
what's this? Oh, this is cool. So there's one called LA's Most Eclectic Car Collection, which I didn't think I was going to like. It was really nice. Cool stuff.
Larry Chen does a good job with that.
Larry Chen does an excellent job, but
Yeah.
he is so whimsical.
Yeah, he
It's
is.
just like,
Very
what's
mellow.
this? Yeah, really
right,
mellow
right.
guy.
Just kind of floating through.
Yeah. Very
Just-
mellow.
Yeah, so it was cool, and anything on autofocus is really nice. So I've been enjoying that. But I just watched that one this morning. I was like, oh, this is really cool. Bunch of total random shit: French cars, mini cars,
Yep.
E30 M3, Renaults. It's just cool shit.
Come one, come all.
Yeah, a van called the Comer.
There you go.
Wow.
Speaking of which,
Oh,
oh yeah,
okay.
oh yeah.
A non-automotive YouTube channel
Oh, wow. All right.
put out a video. MKBHD, who I follow intently.
Yes, if any tech nerd should know.
Yeah. Put out a video on Tesla updates over time and how they slowly evolve things.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Instead of like other manufacturers, it's like, boom, this is all new. They just slowly trickle these little things in there until it adds up to something enormous.
Yeah.
Like he talked about, because he had he has a Model S. Had a Model S, lease ended, got a new one, and he notices immediately when he got in the new one, there's all these like little tiny things. Like this is now, the leather goes back a little bit further on the dash, or this is now coated differently, or the space between this and this is a little bit better. He says you can slowly watch them refine things and just kind of like hide them, put them in. And it's just like a million tiny little things that they kind of keep throwing in there.
Which is good. Which is
Yeah,
very
it's very
good.
interesting because the big box manufacturers, it's like they change
You have to just do
the color of
whole
something
thing.
inside, and it's like fucking
the biggest deal.
yeah, it's the biggest deal. Where
Yeah,
Tesla's
it's
like, yeah, on Tuesday morning at 9, we're rolling out the fucking leather dashboards instead of the Alcantara ones. Like
Right.
it just doesn't matter.
Right.
We're not gonna tell anyone. When they get the cars, they'll figure it out.
It's not a big selling point event.
Yeah, no. But it was interesting. He kind of goes over it. He's a big Tesla guy. He's owned a bunch of them.
He is, yeah.
I
Yep.
think this is his third. I think so.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a bunch of Teslas if you
That's
think
a
about it.
bunch, man.
Yeah.
Aren't that many models?
He
out
gets them
there?
crazy wrapped and everything, and
Is it a D brand skin?
yeah, it's
The
essentially the
D-brand
whole
skin's
thing
the
is
whole
a
thing.
D-brand skin. Yeah.
The man hustles and does
Indeed.
some awesome videos. If
Yeah.
you're into tech stuff, definitely follow him. Marquise Brownlee.
Yeah, MKBHD, he does that cool video. Check it out. And he talks about kind of the slow progression of things over time and the different models that he's had and everything.
That's excellent. I love his videos.
Besides that, I didn't watch. Actually, I technically didn't watch anything really automotive related this week. That was the closest thing.
Shame.
Yep. I didn't weekend wise. It was shoot the Ferrari, get all that stuff ready, make the video. I had that done in about 2 days. Edit the Subaru photos, had those done, and then watch Ozark.
Well, that was about 5 days of work for your
Yeah.
3-day weekend.
Yeah, not too bad.
That's all I get done.
But biggest
Not
YouTube
much.
of it all, New Revival Motoring. So
Yes.
check it out. Watch
Yes.
it.
Like, comment, subscribe, please.
Yeah.
I got another podcast. Which I know we hate doing.
Oh,
Collecting Cars podcast, Chris Harris's podcast.
he just put out a new episode,
He
right?
put out a new one with JF Musial. He's the guy that started Drive Network. He's the guy that launched the careers of like Farah, Harris, like really got him up
Yeah,
prominent.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
Lieberman was involved. There was a bunch of guys that were involved in the early Drive stuff. Maybe Lieberman wasn't.
Spinelli was there.
Spinelli for sure.
Yeah.
Really interesting because it goes from how he was like a 22-year-old college kid
Yep.
getting these guys on that and using when YouTube used to give out grant money to make stuff happen, good stuff happen. Drive was there, and they basically paid them to build that brand.
Huh.
Really interesting to listen to, and obviously, I mean, Harris is buddies with him, so it's fun to hear him interact.
Yeah.
Yeah, good long listen. I might be halfway through it.
Shouts to Pete from Bald Tires, who we're going to have on again. 'cause
Shouts to Pete.
I think Pete is doing some stuff for Drive.
Is he really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's huge.
Piece of man.
Good for him.
Good to hear. Yeah, but anyways, that's a good podcast if you're looking for some.
How's the audio quality on it?
It's a call in this one.
Okay.
Audio quality's good. I know he's had a couple where he's been some places and it hasn't been that good. The guy puts out such good videos that I don't fault him for it, but yeah, some of them are a little rough. Some of them you
Sometimes-
just can't hear one of the guys
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
If I just start it and it's bad, I'll just stop it and be like, that's fucking.
Yeah, this
I'll
one
give the
Chance,
net-
huh?
net-
Wow.
no
Nah,
chance.
it's
Not
just,
for
it's
Harris.
hard.
You
It's
know?
hard to listen to like a podcast because most of the time you listen to what you're driving, there's other surrounding
I was going to
noises.
say you don't
Yeah.
want to be focused on that.
And especially like if it was some other bullshit, but like I wouldn't care as much. But with Chris Harris, like he has such a way you're like hanging on almost every single thing he says because you're just dying to hear it. And then the other gentleman he has on, Dickie Meaden, I believe is the gentleman's name, and he's super fucking interesting. So between the two of those, you're just constantly like, I have to know what
You
these guys
you
are
don't
saying.
want to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one's been really good, and I've
Yeah.
always been interested because the whole Drive Network thing took a real dark turn,
Yeah.
and someone's in jail for it.
Yeah.
Oh
it's-
shit! Yeah, that's if you listen to Smoking Tire at all. Farah every now and again touches upon that.
Yeah, when it first happened and that
And I have-
judgment first came down, Farrah was very happy,
And that's the thing is like
and Farrah hates that guy reasonably.
I don't know any
Reasonably
of
so.
the story, and I'd like to.
I don't know if they get into it. I think I'm not there yet.
Farrah's had a whole podcast that
Oh,
covers
Farrah
it.
has. I
Yeah.
don't know
Oh,
if they
gee,
get
okay.
into it on
Yeah.
this. I don't know if Harris is going to get into it because he was more involved than Farrah at that
Yeah.
point. He was actually vested in it. I don't believe Farrah was. Maybe he was, but he was real pissed. I think they all were.
Yeah.
JF doesn't seem to be a guy that's gonna hang on to something like that. He seems to be a guy that's gonna just get on with his life, which
Yeah.
he has very well.
You want to get into our? It's the main topic. Main topic.
Jesus Christ!
I just want the last one.
I think I gotta re-record
Main
that.
No, I like the
Topic.
whole thing. I just
Was
want
that the Tesla voice?
Yes, that
Hello,
was actually
Josh.
that was the
This is
Elon
the main topic.
the Elon beam.
Jesus.
So our main topic this week is going to be to break Kyle, not Ryan, with a bunch of different
Yeah.
questions.
not Ryan.
It's Ryan if you don't like him.
Yeah.
With a
This is my
bunch
bad.
of different questions about new BMWs. We talk a lot of shit about the old stuff because that's what we're plenty familiar with, and we talk a lot of shit about the new stuff just because we're unfamiliar with it. So we're going to try to find a happy medium with all that sort of stuff. So. Chuck, actually, do you want to get into the story of the M5 first? And we'll
Yeah,
kind of
I've
parse-
gone over it roughly here and there, but to actually have Kyle in the house can kind of make it a little more direct and technical, I guess. Obviously, Kyle hit me up, I don't know, a couple months ago and was like, hey, man, there's nothing going on. I
Yeah, I
heard
heard you say
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
low oil light came on.
Yeah, I
You
got
know-
low oil light.
I'm like, hey, I'm sitting at my bay right now doing nothing because no one's here. Why don't you bring that thing by? Take a look at it. If it's under warranty, maybe there's something we can fix. It's pretty common for the N63 engines to burn oil from like valve seals or oil leaks or whatever. So we ended up-
S63
yeah.
probably.
I'm like, S63, yeah, probably does the same thing.
And then we got thrown off for a second because you guys had a COVID scare over there.
Yeah, so
Shut
it was
down
really
for a couple
slow,
weeks.
and then we shut down for a week. We came back, and it was like everybody was waiting for us to come back. It was super busy, and I'm like, oh man, still got to get his car in. But we got that figured out. It ended up taking like an extra week for me to start working on the car because it was like we had to schedule large jobs. So it was like we couldn't have everybody in the shop working on one car all day.
Yep.
So there's a lot of people coming in for oil changes and stuff. And we're really short on techs because we laid off a bunch of people. So yeah, whatever, that goes by.
So yeah, I ended up bringing it in a couple weeks later with 15 days left on warranty, I think, right? Because the
Yep.
warranty ends in a couple days.
A couple days, yeah. So I'm checking it. I do the usual checks, and I'm like, well, I don't think this thing needs valve seals. Let me do a compression test on it. And I get to cylinder 5. It's got 65 psi or something like that, and I'm like, that can't be right. So I check cylinder 6, it's got 110. I go back to cylinder 5, it's still got 65. I'm like, this can't be right. It was right. I did a cylinder leakage test, and I'm like, well, let's see if it's like maybe there's carbon buildup behind a valve that can happen sometimes with
Right, leave
higher
it open.
mileages. Yeah, and the valve will hang open a little bit.
So what cylinder leakage test? What is that doing?
So a cylinder leakage test, what you're going to do is you're going to set your piston at top dead center.
Okay.
And you're just going to fill the cylinder with air from the spark plug hole.
Read
Okay.
the pressure.
Right. And it
So
should,
read the pressure loss.
well,
or
at,
just-
at TDC, all the valves should be closed,
Okay.
and you should be only leaking like a little bit by the valves, like maybe 10, 12%.
Yep.
We had like 50% leakage.
Yep.
So the next thing you do is you say, where's it going? So it can either be leaking past an intake valve or an exhaust valve or the rings. So easiest thing to do is pop the oil cap off,
Yep.
and you can hear if it's coming from the crankcase, and it surely was. Yeah, it was hissing pretty loud. So now, because it's such an expensive engine, you can't just like go to parts department and say, hey, I need one.
Right. There's prerequisites that have to be.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had to make a case with BMW. I had to say, hey, this is what I did. This is what I found. This was the customer's concern. And all they asked me, they said, hey, is the car modified? I said, nope. And they said, it appears it needs an engine.
So take note of that, everybody
Yeah.
listening.
Like, fair enough.
Obviously, they ask if it's modified.
So,
Right.
yeah, that was the only thing that I forgot how they worded it. They're like any signs of the car being modified or aftermarket parts.
And I've been fighting to urge modify this thing since the day I got it. But I was just like, it's factory fast. I wasn't going to fuck around with it. And I never actually thought fucking around with it would blow it up. But I was just like, I'm not going to deal with it. I got cars I can blow up myself.
Yep.
And yeah, that's the only thing they asked, man. If that was a hey, it seems modified.
I was really surprised
the
they
end of
didn't
the
have me
road.
look into it any further. I mean, I did anyway because I was curious what happened.
Right.
I stuck a borescope in the cylinder, and you could kind of see like some wear on the bottom side of the cylinder wall.
Yep.
So I'm guessing what happened is maybe the fuel injector was dripping slowly,
Just
and that would just
washing
be
it.
washing the oil off the cylinder wall every time you shut the car off,
Just allowing it to.
and just
right,
a little
no
bit more and
viscosity
more and
there, the
more, and
resistance
then
Score it.
Yeah.
I mean, it happening so slowly. Maybe the DME was just compensating for it and just never picked it up.
Yep.
But yeah, it was hurt. So
So a new long block showed up, what, like a week later or something?
yeah, it took like 3 days or something to get the new engine in.
Where does that come from?
Couldn't tell you.
Somewhere in
keep
the
them-
country.
I was
somewhere.
gonna say,
yeah.
do
Yeah,
they
we have
keep
a
them
couple
stateside, I
warehouses.
assume?
They
Okay.
do. I don't know if that one was in stock. Usually, if not, we do get a lot of parts from Germany,
Yeah.
and they
Oh,
come.
wow.
They come quick. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they
really?
can get it from
Yeah, they come
Germany
really
really
quick.
fast.
Yeah.
Wow.
You have to assume they
Like
have.
3 to 5 days.
They're chartering planes themselves. You know what I mean? To
Right,
get a
right.
handful of stuff over that they're going to need. So, so how? So that was it. They just asked if it was modified.
They
So
just asked if it was modified. Yeah.
essentially, I mean, we're going to get into more stuff, but like, just imagine the scenario if you did decide to mess with this thing previously.
We've had that happen. We've had suspicion of a modified car. I think I don't want to say what kind of car it was, but yeah, we had suspicion of a modified car. And I remember I wasn't the tech that was working on it, but I remember it was like a really dragged out process of like they sent a technical service engineer down
Yep.
to look at the car himself and see if he could find anything that was modified on it, or like I think they have like an actual test plan that they can run for
So
if the
that's-
DME has ever had modified software.
Okay, so that's what I was going to ask: is if they run that plan, if they're looking for a higher rev limiter, RPMs or something along
Boost.
those lines, right? Boost pressure, something that was
Yeah.
hit
Yeah.
previously. So there's going to be a black box, if you will.
For
that
sure, there's
shows
a
the
way to find
history.
out. Yeah.
Yeah. So they do take it to that degree.
Yeah.
I've
again,
seen that with like impossible speeds. It'll
Yeah.
record or impossible revs on it, but you can increase the rev limiter on some
I was going to say,
software.
my understanding is Volkswagen in particular, that's one of the main flags is they look for a speed, and if it hit that speed, this thing flashed or whatever it might be.
So did that investigation that they had previously, did that turn up the car was modified or inconclusive? Because I can't imagine they're going to deny it if it's
I
inconclusive.
think that one was inconclusive,
So they do it anyway.
and we ended up doing an engine in that car. Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
So for perspective, this first M5 motor that you had to replace?
This is the first F10 M5 engine. Yeah, S63T. That's the first one. Yeah.
Okay.
I've done a lot of N63, N63T stuff.
Yep.
Like 50, 60 engines,
Oh,
valve
Jesus.
seals, oil leaks, yeah, all that
Holy
stuff.
shit.
Yeah, a ton of them. We there's a class action lawsuit out. So if you're listening and you have an N63 engine in your car, not a T, regular N63, under 10 years old, 120,000 miles, they're covering like a bunch of oil leaks and valve seals and stuff. So
Yeah. And it's
bring
good
that thing
just
to a
to,
dealer if you
I
have
was
one.
just going to say, bring your car and get preventative maintenance done. Make sure
Yeah.
it's
Now-
properly checked.
Did you had to replace some of those N63s?
Yeah, some of them
Jesus.
because it's like there's a lot of common oil leaks, and if it had like 3 or more of those common oil leaks, they would put an engine in it.
No way.
It was
oh,
like
wow.
because it's more labor to disassemble the whole thing and reseal it and put it back together. It was cheaper for them to just replace the engine.
I got a guy with one.
Yeah?
2015, yeah.
Yeah, if it's under 120.
It is. It's still under warranty, I think.
Yeah. Have them
We might
come on
we
by
have to
then.
have it checked out.
Yeah, let's
But
do
yeah,
that.
I know those engines were. I remember buying my car and reading about the N's having like battery issues on the
Yeah.
N63s because like I don't even know why it was, but it was just
They
expensive.
came with the amp hour of the battery was like not large enough for
for
the
the
load
setup?
of the car. Yeah, so that's actually part of that class action recall is to upgrade it from like a 95 amp hour to a 110 amp hour.
Right. Jesus. But
Yeah,
you
that's
haven't.
part of the thing.
It's good you haven't seen the S's go though, because that seems a bit more expensive.
No, yeah, no, I haven't.
Did you say at the end of the day what was the cost of the whole thing? I think the paperwork's on my passenger seat. I didn't even look at it.
The initial engine replacement, the total. I talked to the service advisor about it. He didn't give me exact numbers, but he said it was about 50,000 total. It was like it was
Jesus
45,000 in parts because
Yeah.
it was the engine and then like, I mean everything. I replaced everything around it.
Yeah.
That I could replace, and then the other 5,000 was labor.
Jesus, $50,000.
Yeah, and then of course I road test the thing. It's all good. We schedule a pickup, get like a mile down the road with the car, and drivetrain malfunction comes on.
Uh-oh.
Like, oh god, what'd I do? Turn it back around, bring it back. Thing's got a high pressure fuel plausibility fault, and our test plans are fantastic, right? So I run them, inconclusive. I'm like, this car just misfired and stalled a mile up the road. There's definitely something wrong with the car. So I just swapped the high pressure pumps left to right, cleared the faults, drove it, misfired again. Fault came back on the other bank, so we put a high pressure pump in it, and it's ripping again.
Nice.
It's ready to go.
I wonder if it's gonna feel faster. Probably not.
Yeah, just say yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be great.
What's
Yeah,
the
it's gonna rip, man.
It's
It's
be
brand new.
gooder.
what's the break-in process?
Oh, yeah, do you have
for
to
that
break this
motor?
thing in?
They do not give us a break-in process. I'm gonna recommend that you do like it was new and you had a 1,200 mile service.
Mhm.
Just get an oil change at a dealer. You're at like 77.5 right now, so like 78.5.
78.5, get it
Yeah,
changed.
just get it changed. The way it's like in
In the books
in
that
the
it
books,
happened.
like engine replaced, oil change 1,000 miles later.
Mhm.
But I don't know if they do any break-in, like when they build it, because it comes like halfway full of oil, like they primed it already.
Mhm.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. Well, maybe I'll have to
So,
schedule that.
and just as a prerequisite here, your car is 2014, right, Chuck?
2014, yeah, had
2014.
70-something thousand miles on it.
Okay, so say you're a hot boy
Yes.
and you want to go out there and buy a 2014 M5,
Yep.
and you find one for $25,999,
Sounds good, doesn't
like
it?
it's right in front of me.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. That's my point of it, is just like, just know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Because you could buy that thing and be like, whew,
Well, it comes with a $35,000 engine, so
Yeah.
daddy's,
But it's
daddy's,
Always a $100,000 car. Like,
daddy's
it's always
ready to.
fixing
I mean, there was
$100,000
no,
Right,
there was
that-
no
that's the
way
thing,
driving
just-
that car you would have never known that it
Yeah.
was hurt.
Right. But you can pick these things up for 25, 35, 30, 40. So they're out there, but just know what you're diving into.
It's fucking
Especially with
monster.
this
Yeah, I
guy.
mean,
It's
obviously
25
you wouldn't
grand.
replace the whole engine if you bought the car out of warranty.
yeah.
Right.
You could obviously
right.
take it apart and repair it, but even just disassembling that is that's
It's just
a
that's
process.
the thing.
Yeah.
If you don't have the means to do it yourself,
Yeah.
like it
If you had to
could
pay
be
someone
very
labor for that,
Yeah.
that would be major.
insane. So of the newer BMWs, do you have a favorite one?
The newest car that's still my favorite is probably the new M5. I really
Really?
like those. Yeah, I really like those cars. They're so good.
What particular about it that really kind of attracts you to it?
It looks good. It drives really nice. I really like how those cars drive. I know you guys were talking about how you can't tell the difference between yours and that car, but
No, I can with the transmission.
after driving so many of them, I'm like, man, these are actually like they're really nice. They
Yeah.
feel really good. Yeah.
I think the trans on those are. I mean, the trans in my car is cool,
Yeah.
but like the auto in that one's so good that like it doesn't matter that it has
Yeah,
a
it's
dual
wild.
clutch, right?
Yeah.
And most likely it's gonna hold out better, I'd guess.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I mean, time will tell. It's tough. I really like sticking to the older stuff, even though I
Yeah.
work on new cars all the time.
Yeah.
That's probably what makes me like the older stuff more. I mean, I only see the broken ones too, so that's
Yeah. Yeah. You only
doesn't
see
know.
Right. You're right.
the
It's,
dark
that's
side
how
of it
my
all.
opinion goes. I'm just like, oh man, these things.
Yeah. What you have your favorite, but what is probably the best bang for your buck newer BMW?
Oh, if you got like a 340, the new 340s,
Yeah.
Yep.
those are really cool cars.
That's
And
B58.
It's got the B58. Yeah, it's got
Yeah.
a super
So it's
motor.
got the super
Yeah.
motor.
Yeah, so you know those are gonna hold up because people are already putting way more power to them than it should handle.
Yep.
And they're surviving. So
The
I would
three-
think reliability is gonna be decent.
so. The 340's got a B58.
Yeah.
The current gen or the previous gen M3, the F80s.
F80s.
What was that? That was an
S55.
S55.
S55. So it doesn't. Okay. And the new ones are supposedly going to have S58s,
S58 is gonna be the new one.
which
Yeah.
will be the evolution of the supermotor.
Right.
Have you been trained on that yet?
Nope.
Wow.
No clue. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wonder if the B58 is comparable to the S55.
It's probably gonna be it's gonna be based on the B58 and S55. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Because if the B58, because the S58's already out and it's in the X3M,
Right.
in the X3M comp, they're making 500 horsepower with it.
Right.
The S55 wasn't making that kind of horsepower. What do they make? 4 something?
Four,
440?
high
440 or
fours.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's close. I don't know. I just wonder what's going to be a more
definitely-
durable engine in time.
I don't know. I think I would want to lean towards an S55. They changed a lot of things when they went to the B motors. Like all the timing components are at the transmission side of the engine.
Ugh, God
Yeah.
damn it.
So it's like,
You better pray.
They pulled
that
an
whole-
Audi?
I know
Yeah.
Right, I was just
Pull
going
an
to
Audi.
say, sounds
pulled it
very
off.
familiar, Mr.
they did. The whole theory is like
S4.
having the timing chains towards the transmission side, like the weight will be pushed back more and the front of the valve cover can be shorter. So
Right.
the front of the car can slope more.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, there
I-
was
I-
a whole.
I see.
Right, and the weight's more towards the center of gravity,
Right.
et cetera.
So it all seems like a good idea, but I mean, I'm a tech, so the first thing I think of is, man, when that breaks,
You got to fucking
so you got to
pull
pull
the
the
motor.
transmission to set
Right,
timing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So personally, I would want a car with an S55.
What is the biggest pain in the ass that comes in, both car wise and job wise?
Oh, N63s.
They're just
Those
not
are
a
the
nightmare to
those are the
work on.
biggest, like, I mean, that's why there's a class action recall on them because they
They're
break
all
so
broken.
much, you know.
Because you've done 60 of them.
I mean, I love them. Go buy one, please. Bring it to me. You know, it's gonna be broken. It pays my bills, but that's like the biggest. Like, if I see one coming, you can hear them. They're loud.
And that's all your.
Those are N20s or like
Yeah.
the turbo 4 cylinders.
Yep.
I think like the first turbo 4 cylinders we made. Those things are like, I mean, I don't think they're projected to last longer than like 150,000 miles.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't think they do.
Yeah. It's not. That's not a lot
It's
of
like-
miles.
it's just-
like it's just not. It's
It
not
really
much,
isn't,
especially once it
right.
hits the second, like the
It's
second
not-
owner.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
the timing chains
realistically.
fail. Like you'll hear them going down the street like whining.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh, that one needs chains.
Yeah.
And those N63s are all the 50 model cars, like 550.
Yeah,
7
X550,
seven-
X650,
Oh, it's a 650.
750, 550. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think I just bought one of those 4-cylinders, too. That's great.
Is it an N20? Is it the newer one? Because it could be the.
It's 2017.
Yeah, it's probably an N20. Yeah, my bad, dude. I didn't mean to say that to
I'm
you.
up the
but-
creek, bro. It's all right. It's got a warranty for a little
I
while.
was
You know?
gonna
Yeah,
say,
keep,
yeah.
keep it.
I'll just pay that baby off fast.
Keep an eye out, you know.
Yeah. Make sure do your preventive.
You hear that?
maintenance
Woo,
and,
woo.
Yeah.
Give me a call.
The
Yeah,
bub
it's-
rub.
Time to trade her in or warranty it, right?
Well, I mean, it's really just the timing chains on those that are the big problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you swap those out and you're good for another 100K.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. I think mine has 17 on it or something. So
Yeah, so you get a little ways
Oh,
to go.
yeah, you're good, dude. You're
we're
good.
just praying.
Yeah.
What do you think of BMW's push to well, everybody's push, but BMW in particular, to have performance variants of SUVs?
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove an X3M and I was like, well, you know what? If I was like a soccer mom or something,
This is crazy.
This
It's
would
just
be-
crazy
yeah.
enough.
it's be pretty cool, you know? Yeah.
A soccer mom. I mean, it's interesting if like that would.
I don't
be,
know what
yeah.
I don't know what the customer is for
That's
that
the
car,
thing, I
but
was just gonna say-
it's cool. I think it's cool, but
They're supposed
Not
to be
many-
hilariously fast.
like I'm not mad that it exists.
Yeah.
You know?
Right, you're okay
I
with it
like it.
being.
I wouldn't buy one.
I
but-
was
Yeah.
gonna say my thing is like I don't want to take away from the sedans and the coupes. Like I still want
Right.
cars to be made. So if you have that and it's there, fine. But
as long
don't
as you still make
fucking-
M3s.
Right.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, do what you want.
What I mean, kind of off that same thing. Do you have a favorite M car?
This is a tough one because I go back and forth a lot. But E46 M3.
Yep.
E90
a man-
E90 M3.
A man after my own heart.
E90 M3. I soft spot for those.
Sedan.
Sit 4-door. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there was a red one not too long ago. Red slick top
Ooh.
would have been the
Yeah,
dream.
those are nice.
Have you had to work on many of those at all, or
No,
no?
those don't
Well,
come
which
in.
is a good sign. What?
Yeah, that's what
so
I'm saying.
so walk me through. You see this damn near with every S motor, if you will, the rod bearings.
Yeah, at the dealer we don't
You don't.
see them because you're talking rod bearings are typically like your mileage is outside of maintenance,
Okay.
like
okay.
outside of your warranty. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So
they don't
people-
come back to the dealer because when we give them the quote, it's like, yeah, no, my buddy watched the YouTube video and he can do this.
Yeah.
He's gonna
It's like,
knock him out.
I don't blame you, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen one set of E46 M3 rod bearings done, and it was an employee's car.
Yep.
So he just had a tech do it. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a real customer. So
Right. Somebody coming in. Yeah. Like you said, it's outside of the
yeah,
mileage
it's
range.
something that obviously it's like a known thing. So if you have one of those engines, like S54, S65, S85, like get them done.
What's the first thing that people can check? Is it actually disassembling? And
send out your
looking at the
oil.
bottom? Okay, that's oil
Yeah, I
diagnostics.
forget the name of the company that does it, but
Keystone
there's, yeah.
Labs or something. It's
might be it.
Keystone Labs. Somebody does it.
While Motorsport.
Yeah, you send
they
out oil
it all the
samples.
time,
Yeah. That's the best way to do it.
And
They got
what's
some
that?
magic.
What is that doing? Is that looking for a percentage of metal in the oil?
Yeah, it's looking for like specifically rod bearing metal. Whatever they're
Okay,
made
so
of.
they can
Yeah.
tell what material it might be made out
Right.
of.
Yeah.
To give you a like, oh shit, this is wearing down pretty fast.
Yeah, if you get like whatever so much percentage of it, you're like, okay, they're really starting to wear.
Yeah.
So,
Then you
Just get
watch
it
a
done.
video on YouTube, swap them in.
Yeah.
yeah, you watch the video.
Get your boy to drop
It's
the
like
oil pan.
it's like a
and fucking
12-minute
have at it.
video. So
Yeah.
yeah, you'll have them done in no time.
Realistically, how terrible of a job is it?
I got a half hour. Let me bang this out real quick.
Like usually, like like a day probably.
Yeah.
A day. It's just like, I mean, I've done a bunch of oil pans. Once you pull the oil pan, they're right there.
Yeah.
Talking
Yeah.
unbolt the rod caps,
Pop them off.
swap the bearings. I mean, BMW has them labeled as like whatever you have like blue bearings in the car from factory, and then
Mhm.
if you replace them, you put yellow ones in.
Interesting.
I don't know if I really trust that logic, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I would want to like measure my journals and know what the bearing tolerance is, but they're just like, yeah, pop the yellow ones in if it's got this many
Slap 'em in.
miles.
Yeah. They're color coded. You know.
They're color coded.
it's gotta work.
It's like
Yeah.
all right, if that's how you guys do it,
Wow.
sure. Yeah.
That's pretty wild.
Of seeing how the behind the curtain there. You know.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I did bearings my E30. It wasn't that bad, but it's a 4-cylinder little motor.
I was gonna say from what
Yeah, the
I've seen,
subframe on that thing is like 4 bolts too.
Yeah, exactly. Just pop it right out.
Yeah.
from what I've seen, from a few local motorsports enthusiasts, while in particular, they always post them up of just and again, and they kind of walk you through like, oh, this car came in with this stuff, and they take out the bearings, and he has a little chart. Obviously, test the oil, but then he has a little chart to show what ones are wearing and where they are wearing.
Well, I mean, it's expected to be a maintenance thing when you have like a big bore engine like that, like
Right,
a six-cylinder that revs past 8,000. Like it's a wear
it's
item.
just part of it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So what's next for BMW? Have they told you much? I mean, like
No,
we talked about, you haven't really
we
been
get
going
like
for new stuff.
little product updates here and there, but I mean, until it comes in the shop, I honestly don't even pay attention to them.
Okay.
S58
like-
everything. It's got to be it.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'd assume
I mean,
so.
What's that? We were talking about
Everything's getting a
S55s.
B motor because it's a modular engine, so like all of the parts should be the same.
Right.
That's pretty much.
It
what
must
I
make
know
your
for,
life
like-
pretty easy, though. No.
We'll find out. Yeah. Maybe
Oh, yeah,
if they could,
They haven't
if they could
started
put the
bringing
diamond
it.
chains back in the front, that'd be great.
Yeah, yeah. To what you said,
Yeah.
yeah, you haven't worked on many of them, but yeah, I guess the module idea, in theory, is great, but we don't know how it'll be down the road to work on it or deal with.
Right.
Huh.
Shit.
Well, at least it would probably be like common problems across all engines at
Yeah.
that point too.
Right, the same failure
So it'd be
point.
really easy to diagnose those cars.
Yeah.
Have you taken a look at Papadakis' video of him tearing apart one of them?
I did, and I stopped watching it when he was leaning on the camshaft and unbolting it.
Oh, to hold it.
I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know he had his reason for doing it. He didn't have the tool and everything.
Yeah.
And yeah, he built some cool stuff. But I seen him taking it apart, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I actually think
Yeah,
it's,
I had already had like the valve cover off one of those by that point,
Yeah.
so I had seen, more or less what's going on under there.
yeah, under the hood. I know, I think during his SEMA video, he actually mentioned that. He's like, I finally got the tool
Yeah.
that I was like supposed to have
Yeah.
to use at that point. That was really interesting to see something so complex like sitting in the engine bay. Right, it just looks like all plastic, right?
Yeah.
And everything's going to it. To see someone kind of break it down to something like bare minimal of what's necessary
Right,
to run
right.
this drift car.
Right.
Very interesting, especially like you said. I mean, he made 1,000 horsepower, so
Yeah. Yeah. He definitely did something right.
yeah, it's got to
know?
be some durability there, especially if you're going to daily drive it, and not fuck with
Right.
it.
It's definitely promising for that platform.
Yeah.
And that they're putting it in everything.
And
that's
then
good.
It's a big commitment to put it in, to know like, oh, this is going to go across the board.
Right.
and then there's a better version coming
Right.
at some point.
Even our like front wheel drive cars have B motors,
Yeah,
which is weird. Front wheel drive BMWs are weird.
yeah, that's a strange thing.
Yeah,
We've talked
they're
about
still,
it. Yeah,
like they have all wheel drive, but they're front wheel drive based.
yeah,
So it's like
And-
a TT, because I believe the TT was still front wheel drive based, but like
Was
it's 60/40.
The
I
Halidax
believe.
system.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah, it's really weird. Like there's
R32s.
the transfer case is the diff, and it's like barely used. It's
Yeah.
like 70% of your driving is just front wheel drive or something
Wow.
like that. Yeah.
Has BMW, or you in particular, with support of BMW, gotten into EV stuff, or is it just not in this market enough yet to?
We don't. I mean, we have like i3s and i8s.
Yep. How much? I8.
It's like-
How?
I've driven an i8.
Yeah.
I was not impressed.
I don't think anybody
because
is.
it looks like a supercar.
It looks like
and
it's
then you
supposed to
drive
be this
it,
fucking thing. Yeah.
and it's like not a supercar when you drive it.
It's very apparently not a
It's
supercar.
not a supercar, and I'm like, oh man, like I was really fired up to be sitting in this spaceship, and then I
This
get on the
thing,
road and I
right.
floor it, and I'm just like, all right,
All right, we're going. All
that's it.
right.
I'm just gonna take this first exit and go
Yeah.
back. Like,
You're not a 3-cylinder enthusiast.
no, I mean maybe with those new Corollas, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
true.
yeah.
Jesus.
So of that car itself, do you see many of those often? Do they come in for
Yeah,
bullshit? Do you have
yeah.
special
I've seen a
techs?
couple like battery replacements. Yeah, so we have. You have to be like a certified
in high voltage
in
stuff.
high voltage stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But pretty much you have to be certified to disable the system.
Right.
So like I've worked on electric cars, and you'll have like a shop foreman come over and be like, put the
It has
lock,
to
put
come
the
in
lock
into-
on the thing so I can fix the car. You know.
Yeah, essentially lock it out.
Yeah, on
essentially.
hybrids though, not on full electric. Yeah, I mean we don't see too many of them, but they come in often for like their maintenance and stuff.
Yep. And again, BMW hasn't really put you through any training for EV stuff coming.
No, it's like an elective course.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a I'm in a big shop, so it's kind of a process to get out to training. because they have so
They're
many
just
techs
so-
to send out for courses, and then like
Yep.
when they send you out, like your bay is not producing anything, and they're paying for you to be out there, so it's like a whole
It's
Yeah,
a thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
you have. They
whole
want
thing,
their return, make it worth it.
right.
So what about your own projects? What do you have? Kind of you said earlier. I don't think we're live yet. You recently trying to pick up an S54 or did pick up an S54?
Yeah. So this weekend, hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, it's got to be the perfect deal for me.
Yep.
Because it's a really expensive engine. But yeah, I have an E30 I'm putting together. Really bare bones. Just like, I mean, I have it stripped right now. I had some rust. It was in an accident. I had the frame pulled, stripped the car down, interior. I want to paint the full interior, paint the engine bay, and like just run no carpet.
Yep.
I'm probably gonna do like Kirky seats. Probably obviously no AC, no center console. I mean, it's just gonna be, if it doesn't need to be there, it's not gonna be there.
Right.
I'm just gonna drive the car on weekends and stuff. But I don't know. I'm super into the S54 after driving a couple E46s.
Dude, S54 and an E30 will just be a riot.
Oh, I'm so into it.
Absolutely
I
magic.
had originally, like, I don't know. I guess I've kind of toned down a little bit because originally when I decided to rebuild the car after the accident, I was like, you know what? I'm going to put an M52 in it. Had gasket studs, like a big precision turbo on it.
Yep.
Thing's going to rip. So I got two M52s because I wasn't expecting the first one to last long. Got like a ZF trans. I got all the stuff. I put it in the car, and then I'm like, all right, maybe I don't even want to go this route because I'm not going to have any fun with the car on the street. It's probably going to blow up, and then I'm going to have nothing again. Let me just build like my dream E30 instead.
Yep.
Just like take the time, and then now I have all this extra time, so it's been working out.
Right. Yeah, go to work and then come
Yeah,
back.
I'm like
and-
no corner
Yeah.
being cut, like everything's being done.
So with the S54, when you get that, what is your process? I mean, obviously, I think you said you were going to do a compression check while you're there, make sure the motor's in good working condition.
Yeah, as much as I can there, but then
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do rod bearings in it because I don't know the history of the engine. You don't
Yep.
really know how many miles are on it. So
Yep.
I mean, it's out of the car already. It's easy enough to flip it over on the stand.
Right,
Just
take
get
care
them
of
done.
Right.
Yeah.
I was going to say rod bearing. What is it? A couple $100 realistic materials?
Yeah,
If
the
that,
parts aren't that much for
Yeah.
it. It's just
worth
Getting it out of the
effort.
car initially.
Right.
the other thing is the Vanos on that engine is like a problem. There's like a hub and there's a finger on the hub that can crack off, and then it's like super expensive to get the upgraded one.
Yep.
So I'm gonna pull it apart, inspect it. If it's good, I'll probably run it. If not, I'm just gonna do like a Vanos delete.
Okay. So Vanos delete, what is that? You have to get the ECU reflat. Is there?
Yeah,
it's-
it'll need to be
it's
tuned for it.
multiple-
Yeah, so it's basically you remove all the stuff that adjusts the cams,
Yep.
put regular cam gears in it, and then VAC makes a plate that just like covers the whole unit where it would be.
Yep.
Mhm.
And I'm totally fine with that. It's gonna be high RPM most of the time anyway.
I was going to say, and that thing, in what it's going, it's going to be just bliss.
Yeah. I just want it to be like fail proof, you know?
Right.
So for me
Simple.
to rebuild the Vanos just to know it might fail again is like,
Right. Why go?
it's
through
not
the-
like a daily driver, so I don't need like comfort on the road and
Yeah.
torque to pull a super light car. It's gonna be fine.
Right.
Yeah.
So, where obviously haven't picked up the motor yet, but the E30 itself now, what stage is the shell in?
-0. Like it's fully stripped. Like everything is sanded. I bought the paint.
Okay.
I'm waiting for a paint gun to come in. All right, so I brought the car to the body shop to get the frame pulled.
Yep.
And then I'm like, hey, while it's there, might as well have them paint everything for me.
Yep.
So I'm like, yeah, just send me a quote for how much it's going to cost to paint the front of the car because I got all new panels from the accident. So it took a couple days, and they got back to me, and they're like, yeah, so we understand you just want it to be like the same color, and you just want it to look all one color and drive and stuff, but this is the quote. And it was fair, but way too much
Yep.
for me. I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, it'd be really nice to have perfect paint on the car, but also it'd be really nice to have a drivetrain in the car.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Right. To have
I
a
was
car
like,
you
I'll
can drive.
I'll
yeah.
paint that thing in the garage. We'll see how it goes.
Dude, the thing is, like,
You can always
you're
paint
always
it
gonna
again
make
down the
paint.
line. Yeah.
You're always gonna make paint if you can score an S54 to rate. I mean,
Right.
that's the play.
I'm like, I'm just gonna do that. I'll get a drive in.
What color is it, or will it be?
It's salmon silver.
Oh,
Okay.
salmon
Yeah,
silver.
it's
that's a Corey
Kind of
color.
like the color
It's
of
my favorite. It's my favorite color.
Yeah, it's so good. I didn't want. I hate silver cars, and then I seen that silver, and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
it's like a little bit darker than the normal one, but it's
Yeah, it
not
is.
like the graphite. I was like, oh, I kind of really like it. It looks good, and like like low light.
Salmon,
Yeah,
Salmon,
so
salmon
super into
silver
it.
on
Super into it.
the E30 M3s that are salmon silver on the red are my fucking favorite colorway.
really good.
Like, yeah, it's
I like the
It's
engine
very
bays
classy.
too because like it's the color of metal.
yeah.
So you don't have like another color in the engine bay aside from like black and metal colors.
Yeah,
like
there's nothing
silvers.
else.
Yeah,
Yeah, cleans up real nice.
so I like that.
Nice. Yeah, that thing will absolutely rip. Hopefully, wish you luck on this engine purchase. Hopefully this
Yeah,
weekend.
thanks, man. Me and my girlfriend have a complete disagreement that I finish the car before we get a house. So,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
she's gonna be like, "You're doing what this weekend?"
You know what side we're on.
yeah, absolutely.
Can
So-
always live in a car.
Especially salmon silver one.
race
That's
yeah,
54.
yeah. People often talk about the N5004, N55
Oh.
engine as being like the next quote unquote super engine.
No, they did talk about it.
They
like
did,
that.
still do,
Yeah.
still do. What's kind of your inside idea of this whole thing?
I mean, I think they do all right in stock form. If you were to put that engine in a different car that didn't need like an electronic wastegate and
Yep.
like a million vacuum lines, and you just put like a regular, single big turbo setup on it, I think it would do all right.
Yeah. But as far as like what I'm saying is kind of like in the cars, as far as regular maintenance or kind of using it as a normal engine, it kind of seems like they're like the fail rate on them is pretty high, or is that just like an image that we
Yeah,
think
no, they're high maintenance is what I would
Yeah.
say, and there's a lot of people that probably don't
maintain
maintain them the way
Yeah.
they should, and then the bill can stack up really quick if you don't stay on top of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you've seen from an oil leak that turned into.
Yeah. An oil leak for an $8 gasket that turned into like a $900 like parts
Adventure.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. An adventure that's still continuing, actually. Yeah.
I know
Oh,
there,
is it really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll have to let you give it a quick listen later.
Oh,
there,
jeez.
there was a weight off my shoulders when I traded in an N54. So I figured, you know what? Can't do worse than this right now. 100,000 mile N54 definitely needed injectors. I was like, I know what that cost.
Yep.
Time to go. Bastard.
Direct injection,
Yeah,
that'll do it.
it's a bitch.
Do you guys want to get into some questions?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
Questions
think
going?
we can kind of do that, and maybe there'll be some follow-ups related to the BMW stuff we just covered. So,
Oh, actually, you know what? One thing I forgot to bring up, and actually I just got an email which reminded me. We talked about the insurance give back.
yes.
Yes.
I got back a shitload of money, and I didn't get it back technically. I got the amount that they were going to give me back,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, okay, now they're going to tell me, okay, it's over the next 2 years we'll give you back X amount of dollars a month or yada yada yada, whatever it was. It was just the following month's payment was all of that money was just reduced from it. So like my following month's payment was like $10 or something crazy. It was like 12 and change. I couldn't believe it. Huge amount of money.
There
Huge.
you go.
Huge.
So,
Huge. Yeah.
Huge.
Huge.
it's funny you mentioned that. I keep forgetting to talk about that, but we talked about the insurance stuff, and it triggered enough to me where I'm like, I got to call my insurance.
Yeah.
I got to just talk to them. And I did. And it was both good and bad. And I say that because good, I got a significant decrease in my monthly rate.
Yeah.
But
By them dropping you?
but no. So this
You
is
have to
the
pay
thing.
anything. Fuck you.
The thing about it is they said, oh wow, you've had your policy for a lengthy amount of time. And I said, yeah, and we haven't had any incidents, thankfully. We're both good drivers. Why is my rate so high? And the lady said, yeah, why is your rate so high? Comforting, comforting
We've just been
response.
fucking you for years.
So that's the thing. She's like, let me transfer you to this department. We got to have, Tommy fucking fingers on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Get you a new rate. She
She's gonna
said,
hack into the mainframe.
she said,
Yeah.
right. She said, Neo, let's get Neo on the line.
Oh, I watched that the other night.
She said,
Good flick.
with your approval, I'm going to connect you, and you're going to go through this process. You don't have to accept it if it goes up, because she said sometimes it just goes up because you're on the old system.
There's fucking some
This is-
gambling
there-
going
there's
on
some
here.
stuff.
The old system
So,
is such a bullshit.
The old system.
I don't know if I
That's-
believe that at all.
That's what I was told. The old system. Okay.
Yeah.
So I
old
go through
system.
the process, and the guy is fucking tapping
Yeah.
on his keyboard for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. He finally comes back and he goes, well, this is the second time this has ever happened, but your rate has gone down significantly.
Yeah.
And literally it saved me, I think, about $60 a month
Okay. That's
just by calling
that's a
them.
lot.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
Jesus.
And again, great, thank you. I'm paying way less than I was. Thank you for fucking me for the
for
past
so long.
8 years, because of this old system.
No
And-
problem,
and
sir.
it's
Thank you
just-
for being with Progressive.
It's just like,
We don't even know what is the old system.
what is the system? Like, is it
Why wasn't I
retroactive?
put on the new system?
Right.
Yeah.
Why didn't this
Why
get
would you buy a
transferred
new
over?
system and not put me on the new one?
That's exactly it. It's just like there's a fucking Seinfeld skit written in this
Are
thing.
you gonna call everyone else on the old system and move them over to the new system?
That's clearly I was the one that did.
I
maybe
talked to the other guys in the old system, let them know the new system.
yeah.
That's like, where's my name on the list? I'm fucking G here. Like, have you not gotten to the G's with the old system?
Where can I get into the cheese, sir?
What is happening here?
It's a 5-year-old system.
So yeah, if you are on an insurance policy and you feel as if your rate's gone up and you haven't had any incidents, be sure to give them a call because they're, again, they have excuses. One of the built-in excuses
There's
is,
an old system.
well, the old system. Hey, look, we were fucking you because it was on the old system. But also our rates have to go up due to all the incidents that we have to pay for that everybody else
That aren't you.
that isn't
that aren't
you.
me.
Hospital bill, et cetera, et
We
cetera.
did a
So-
little
so it's
expose
just-
about how much profit these guys make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it's just like, they could probably afford to bring everybody over to the new system. and
Yeah, it never
save
pays
a little
to-
bit of money.
It never pays to be good to your insurance company and stay with them
Really doesn't
because you
because
get just murdered by them.
and that was the thing. It was just like I
The
was
old
fully
system, yeah.
going in there, fucking ready to go and be like, well, I'm gonna have to search for new options. Thank you
Yeah.
very much. And thankfully it worked out in my favor.
Anytime I pull that, they're like, "All right, cool."
All right, you liability. See ya.
Yeah, mine went up for the first time in years.
Did it?
First time in 4 years, my insurance went up.
Okay. And so what?
But I'm paying the same rate on all the old cars. The old cars are like a flat rate. It's
Yeah.
just we put my wife's car on, but I know I was getting killed on the wagon because they told me something about the quarter panels on those because it's such a big piece that they're worth a lot. And if you
something
crash
does
it, and I
happen
was like,
to
okay,
it,
well, I
right.
bought a car without that, so
Right.
turns out that doesn't fucking matter at all.
Well, it's because it's newer now. They can. Well,
but then I
this
call
is-
my insurance company. She's like, because my insurance went up, and she's like, I'll apply more discounts. I was like,
you
Yeah,
can-
where do
hey,
you?
you know,
that?
you got
You
my
could just do
permission
that?
from now on.
To
Just
just-
apply all
yeah.
the discounts.
Just
So she
like
applied
there's a-
all the
There's a
discounts,
bag of discounts.
and it
Right.
wasn't
You
bad.
can just
Where are
write
you
from it.
stashing them?
Where do I sign? Put me
Yeah.
on the
Throw me on some
discounts.
discounts.
Yeah.
The discounts in the new system.
Yeah,
That's.
I'm a World War I veteran.
Let's get
What can you get me? Can you lock my rates in?
Let's get that rolling. But yeah, that was our little insurance side.
I'm a
side
dog mom.
discussion.
Yeah. What can I get off?
Let's get into some questions. So let's go from.
Did
the
you
bottom.
did you order yet?
No, not yet. I was going to ask Kyle what he wanted. Do you chicken shawarma? You shawarma guy?
That sounds good. I mean, this is gonna be my first time, so
Get
Okay.
this kind
whatever
of
you
shawarma.
recommend.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll get him going on that in a
I
second.
was like, hit me with a salad. That's what I'm
Okay.
into today.
Oh, you going salad?
I want a salad today.
There we go.
Actually, if you want to just take my.
All right, yeah, let's take it over.
I love it.
Oh wow, we got a decent amount here.
Well, we're on one.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? What? I think this one's more for Chuck than anyone. Full Metal Neck says, "When is the half pipe going in?"
You know what's funny? Full Metal Neck.
If you get a mini ramp, I'm in.
I found a 3-foot mini ramp for sale on Facebook Marketplace for cheap money.
Yeah.
And actually, I didn't find it. Jesse found it, and he told me about it, and I was like, "Oh man, I love it. I want that in the building."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, cool. I'll find out where it is because I have trucks all throughout New England that I can scoop this thing with." And it was in Pennsylvania.
Pretty far.
Yeah, I just don't give a shit enough to go to Pennsylvania. But if one pops up, if you get a mini ramp, you're hoarding, and you want to give it away for like $500 in New England, I'll pick the thing up.
Okay, just pick it up.
I'll pick it up.
This actually be good. Andre Lapierre. I'm gonna butcher that last name.
Andre Lapierre. I don't know. Josh would have done worse.
Yeah, need help deciding on a new car, 2010 plus, budget under $20,000. I'm looking at cars like the 535i and the GS 350.
Oh, he's going for big boys?
He's going for big boys.
Because I immediately thought Fiesta ST.
It looks like bigger bodies. I would go immediately for Fiesta ST as well, or
100%.
Focus ST.
So
Fiesta.
2010 plus.
2010 plus,
Under how much money?
under 20K, which is a lot.
You have
Whatever you
that's a lot
want.
of-
Yeah, literally, you get the world by the balls at that point. 535,
Victoria.
I think we kind of just touched on that.
I wouldn't touch a 535.
Yeah, I would just get a beat up E90 M3.
Yeah.
You for that much. Let's
Could
see.
you get one? 20K? Could
20
you get an
grand?
E90
I feel like I've seen them for like 25.
You
Yeah.
could probably
Decent
find one
ones.
that's
Yeah.
pretty close to that. Clapped. I mean,
Yeah, clapped out.
just for reference, 2019. Not that you might be able to find some on the lot somewhere, but a 2019 Ford Fiesta ST is 22 grand,
Yeah, so I mean, you
And
pick up a
and-
used one for sure.
and you can probably go in there, fucking money in hand, and be like, look, hook me up with that $18,000 2019 that you're trying to get rid of.
What am I thinking? So, but he's not really looking for some heavy performance, right?
I mean, no, I think he's more
He
looking
had a
for
GS350 in there.
4 doors, room for the
GS350
people.
is a good car.
It'll never break probably.
Lexus makes some really nice stuff. I don't know if I'd go. If you're not looking for bills, I don't know if I'd go German under 20 grand 4-door. Right? I mean,
No,
you
definitely
have to
not.
I
fix
think
anything.
Lexus would be the move.
Lexus a move for a really nice interior. Car's not going to lose that much money. I stay away from Acura, Infinity. Yeah, I'd go Lex, I think. If you
Yeah, I
like them
mean-
GS350s, man, go work yourself a deal. I think you definitely scoop one right where you want to be.
Infinity would probably be good, but I don't know if you're really trying to be that guy. You know?
As I said, if you weren't into the big boys, I'd be Fiesta ST all day. Those things are hilarious.
Yeah, it's got 4 doors.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people you're trying to
Yeah.
squish in there.
German Blake, Jay and I don't get to drive the Tesla truck. What would you ask Elon about the truck?
Wait, are we answering German Blake's questions
we
now?
are. Yeah. He always checks in on us. That's how our days go and gives us.
I know he's
yeah.
the best guy. That's why
Yeah.
we're mean to him.
German Blake?
Oh wow, you're him with that?
No.
Yeah. So what would we ask Elon about the truck if we get to drive it, or
What-
talk to him? I say just in general.
When's the Roadster coming?
When's the Roadster? I mean, Rogan couldn't get it out of him.
Where? Well, maybe if it's off mic.
Yeah.
How do reptilians sleep?
I don't think he does.
And what do you eat?
I think he said my brain never shuts off, so I don't
Yeah.
think he does sleep.
It's like he just consumes little,
That's a
like,
good one.
little-
What fuels that guy?
little
Yeah.
protein
Yeah.
pellets.
What happens in the future?
Yeah. What exactly?
Yeah.
What happens in the
Yeah.
future?
I need to know what happens in the future.
what's
I
your
mean,
planet
clearly,
like?
clearly he knows because he just wants everybody to get the fuck off Earth.
Yeah.
He wants to go to Mars. That's it.
I want to know. I would ask him, hey, end goal, right? Where are you going? Like end goal, like where are you going with this
Exactly.
thing?
How far from the future are you from?
Yeah, like where are we going?
How's
Right.
that Neuralink interface work?
Yeah, it's not Jesus
you
take the
obviously
wheel.
have
It's
it.
Elon take the wheel.
Elon
No, I
take
love
the
that he
wheel.
was just like, yeah, we'll test it on a couple people, and if the Neuralink works, yeah, I'll do one.
I'll do one.
Yeah,
we'll figure it out.
Chuck it in.
Yeah.
That's
It's,
my guy.
Good
minor,
confidence.
Yeah,
minor
let's see.
surgery. We're just gonna cut you open, drill your skull, and plant this fucking.
That's standing by your product.
Yeah.
That's customer service, so we don't hear about it anymore.
Let's see.
Quick brain implant.
Here's a good one. Speaking of some big body cars that I think will fall in this lineup.
Big bodies.
Pudva says,
Budva.
"What's the best fake rich car?" Example: 2007 series that can be had for pennies.
Oh, that's exactly what my example
Yeah.
is going to be.
Any 7 series.
E65 7 Series.
7 Series.
Yeah,
Big body Lexuses.
yeah.
Yeah, but Lexuses are still
Escalades.
worth decent money.
The old
Escalade.
ones, you can be surprised. You get pick them up with 200K on them. They don't look like it, but they're fucking
Escalade.
cheap. Escalade's great.
First gen Escalade with the cladding.
I don't
That's
think
one
you
of
can
those
be
classic.
fake rich. I think you look.
Fake
kinda-
rich is definitely a 7 series.
Yeah.
Mercedes.
But anyone
Benz.
driving a 7 series off lease is definitely fake rich.
You pretty much
Because
just have to be
rich
willing
people
to
really
roll
sell
that
things.
money away, because if you're not going to repair it,
Yeah,
you're just
gonna
going to
be-
drive it until it stops driving, and then you're going to be like,
You'll look
It-
fake rich, but you'll be real poor.
you'll be real poor. Yeah.
It depends. I mean, if you can pick it up cheap enough, right, and you get a year out of it,
I don't think you're gonna get a year out of a
pretty
7
cheap.
series.
If you think about what you pay for a car payment,
I guess if you don't care about radios and stuff, just shutting off.
yeah, you
Windows
just fucking drive it.
working.
Yeah. Let's see. Jesse says SpaceX. I know, unfortunately, they had to
Jesse?
cancel the
Oh,
launch.
so that was
Did
probably.
they cancel it?
Yeah. Weather.
Yeah, that was probably because we asked, other mini topics at the same time.
Fucking Florida,
Um,
come on, step
Florida,
up, Florida.
fucking us up.
Florida has rain, of course. Florida, fucking
D.
on,
Sawyer,
Florida.
he just says early 90s hatchbacks.
Sawyer.
Obviously. Yeah, of course.
everything.
Oh, many topics. We should have read these before we. No, early 90s hatchbacks would be great.
Yeah, it would
topic.
be fantastic. Well, maybe.
I'd like to get one.
Hayes Diogo says, hey, we want donut meats.
Hey, Yogi. We do too. And
Yeah,
I
hey,
think,
man, we're with you.
I think June 1st we might be able to start doing them. Not that we're going to do one on June 1st, but I think the limit on people is 15.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have 10 times that the first one we do. So we might have. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Josh and I are working on something. Corey wasn't here when we were talking about it, but we do have plans to have some stuff go on that is more than a donut meat, and I think totally cool above the radar.
Right
As
up
opposed to if we do a
everybody's-
donut meat, we're going to be like, Listen, you don't want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. It we'd have to watch that.
I'd be okay
Yeah.
with that.
Looks like this one's
Miss
for
those
Josh.
donuts.
It
Oh,
says,
goddamn.
"What's your favorite tattoo?"
Oh.
On Corey?
Yeah.
Do you have any tattoos, Josh?
Yeah.
Got a couple. Yeah.
A couple, 2, 3.
This fairy on my back.
I got a beautiful fairy on my right at the tramp stamp.
Let's see. Let me think.
You've got the live, laugh, love on your thighs.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
He's got
I like-
live on one and love on the other.
Yeah.
Laugh.
Oh,
Different
Jesus.
place altogether.
Favorite tattoo. Probably my English bulldog. 'Cause
You know what? I was gonna say. I think we've talked about this before.
Yeah, I think it's on the inside
Ooh,
of
very
my,
fancy.
my
Nice.
elbow.
Yeah.
And that's because I got that done.
Oh, is that your
at,
funny story
at
tattoo?
Thrift Street in London.
Yeah.
Sick.
A bit inebriated, and one hell of a night. So yeah, that's probably one of my favorite ones.
It looks like we only got 2 more worth reading.
Okay.
Tyler say what says, what is the
Tyler say
ideal
what?
temperature for outdoor activities? He's all in for 72.
72.
I'm
with him.
like a 75 to 78 degrees.
I
guy.
gotta
don't
agree with
mind.
that, yeah.
I don't mind 60s.
I was gonna
60s?
say
I
I'd
take
go
60s.
65.
60 to 70. Yeah,
You can do-
65 is pretty tough.
I'm in for a
65.
sweatshirt and shorts at that. That's good.
Like I'm in.
You can't really
like,
jump in the pool at 60. That's what I'm thinking.
Just watch
that's
me.
fine. Yeah,
Yeah?
that's fine.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. But my outdoor activity is not involving a pool.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing is like I'm not. I'll
biggest
swim
pool
if I
guy.
swim, but
Yeah.
you know.
If I sink, I sink. If I swim, I
65,
swim.
65 and sunny, you can do a pool. But 65, any hint of wind, you're done.
Yeah.
Right.
you're
Oh,
out
dude,
of
the
there.
slightest hint of wind, you're
Yeah,
in
that
ice cube.
laugh tattoo is not going to be
Yeah.
Yeah.
not
yeah.
gonna be legible.
Not so much. And Ronan, age 21. It's funny because he says Chinese takeaway or pizza. It's called takeout here. But Chinese takeout or pizza, I'm all in for pizza.
If I
Always.
go for my top Chinese versus my top pizza, I'm doing Chinese.
Chinese, dude,
Shut the
pizza.
Swansea Chinese.
Oh, we'll be hitting that on
Swansea
Saturday.
Chinese,
Swansea.
I
baby.
feel like I haven't had either of those things in so long.
Oh, you
Yeah.
got some pizza.
Yeah, we'll be hitting
God
that
damn.
on.
I haven't had any of those in a long time.
Do a little General Sal.
Yeah,
Look
the
at
general?
right now.
I'd love to meet him.
Yeah, bring him up here.
Can we get him on the podcast? The
We get the
general?
general.
the
on.
general.
Yeah,
Nah, it's a Chinese travel ban, buddy.
General TSO.
I think
No
I'd go
dice.
Chinese.
Really? Am I
Yeah,
the
I
sole
think I'd
guy
go
doing pizza?
Chinese.
I mean, I love pizza, but I love my Chinese so much. That Chinese spot, any other Chinese
Yeah.
spot, I would take pizza
So
over.
part of my
The
issue
Swansea
is like,
Chinese, shout to Pink, shout to Vicky,
Yeah.
is
all
like
my family up there.
So,
is near us. There's no, at least that I'm aware of.
You drive right by Swansea Chinese on your way home.
Well, no,
Your
like
family deserves Swansea Chinese.
directly in our let's call ordering you
delivery
know,
radius.
Radii?
ordering radius,
Mhm.
right? There's not very good pizza options.
Oh, you fucked out a pizza.
Like
options.
it's just Domino's and
right, because
I
you don't
know.
live over here.
right. So
Over
that's
here
the
we get
thing,
some
it's just
pizza.
That's you know the good pizza is up near my office, 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
So
You got to grab a pie on the way home.
Grab
so
a
that,
pie on the
that's
way home.
I've done that before. So
Crank on the heated seats.
so that's why we
Boom.
exactly put it down. Put fucking
Now you take it out of the
78.
box and leave it on a heated seat. That's how you get it really warm.
yeah.
Nothing keeps crust warm like leather.
Just put a little cornmeal on the seat, and you're
Exactly.
fucking
Beautiful.
you're solid. Just you don't want it to
Yeah.
stick.
There's
No,
something about
absolutely not.
pizza though that like I just like a separate cavity in my body opens up when the pizza's
yeah, it just
involved,
goes away, dude. It
and
just
I
goes
can
away.
just there's
Especially
zero.
if Frank comes through with peepees.
If Frank comes through with peepees, I mean,
or
it's
if you
just,
hit New York City. Oh my god. God damn it.
I love pizza.
God damn Rona.
I fucking love pizza.
God, I go to New York just for pizza right now. Maybe we should go to New York. We should, since
Just that,
nothing's gonna happen, we should do a group drive, which is the 3 of us in one car.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We should go to Luger's and
New
then
York
get pizza.
and get Sbarro,
Yeah, I guess a
Real
real New
authentic?
York slice.
authentic
No,
New
we
York
should go
slice.
to we should go to Lugie's, man.
Yes. Well, if they're open, I don't.
Apparently,
I mean,
there's a few more questions from TDs.
are there?
I didn't see any.
Let me poke in there real quick.
Yeah,
But oh my god, yeah, we should just find some excuse to go to Luger's, but I don't think we can even go there right now.
Yeah, I
God
don't
damn.
think they're open.
Oh, Lugie's, we miss you. Or an authentic New York Sparrow slice.
Sparrow slice. TDs, I don't see your questions.
yeah, I didn't see anything either, bud.
Yeah, TDs, just write him in the chat room, buddy.
Oh, I see one. He just writes weird cars like that F-350 Cummins Avalanche Focus. I don't know what
What?
he means by that.
Are you
Weird
talking about a whole
cars.
So I
story?
have weird cars like that F-350 / Cummins Avalanche.
The
/
Chevy Avalanche?
Focus.
That thing sucked.
I don't know if he had
I
another
mean, it was just
question.
an Escalade pickup truck.
Yeah,
Like,
except,
with all-
except
Same
not as
thing, but
luxy.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Actually, there's
all
a couple
the same,
things.
but different.
Escalade truck is a great fake rich vehicle.
I like the pickup truck.
Yeah,
I
that's the
fuck
one.
with the pickup truck. I'm into it. You know, it's got the giant things that slope down on the back. That kind of cover
I'm
the bed.
down. It's
Yeah.
got. Did it have a wood bed? Did it have a wood bed, or was that
I
the
don't
Lincoln
think
pickup
so.
truck?
Yeah, I think it might be the Lincoln one, but I'm not. Listen, I need to use a pickup truck.
Right.
I need to put.
Get mulch once
Yeah.
a year in a bag.
Shout out to SF Metalworks.
Big shouts.
We'll talk about that next week.
I just wanted to bring up the fact of a little new, not really a segment, but just if we see cool shit on the road, I'd like to bring that up, especially stuff that you never see,
Okay.
like a fucking Maybach.
You saw my box?
So Maybach on 195 with a Rhode Island license plate heading into New Bedford.
It's funny. I was
Was it white?
Black.
Oh,
I was in Poland maybe I don't even know how many years ago. 15 years ago in it was at the airport in Krakow, which was at that point just like a military airport, basically. I mean, they had commercial flights in it, but it was part of like this military airport, etc. So it was fucking run down, if I'm being honest. Poland was a little rough then.
Yeah.
And there was a Maybach waiting to pick somebody up. And I was like, that car's worth more than
The
airport for sure.
And it's just
And
you
it's
say
just
that.
sitting there, and it was like the radio host from like the priest from the religious radio station in town.
jeez.
those
Yeah.
motherfuckers got to
And
pay taxes.
raking,
And I was like,
in the money.
Yo, this guy's driving a Maybach. I'm getting picked up in a Fiat Panda.
And I
Fucking
pay
crazy,
taxes and he
dude.
doesn't.
You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm sure they don't pay taxes out there if you're in the church, but it was real. It was a real rich poor divide. That's before anybody even had like nice cell phones or new cars or credit cards out there. So
Just for reference, used 2012 Maybach 5.7 MSRP is roughly $380,000 to $420,000
nice.
for these.
Yeah, count me
things.
out.
What am I catching an old one for right now?
That's what you're catching one.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's the current. This here on Edmunds. Shout to Edmunds.com.
Shout to Edmonds.
You know, I should really actually check.
Wait, so I'm getting a
check
used
our
one
our good
for
good
6
friends at
digits?
Car
How much could a
Gurus.
new one be? I don't even know. I'm
I
so
don't
out
think-
of touch with that
I mean,
stuff.
No,
see,
now
I
it's in
don't-
like an S600 Maybach. It's not like a real Maybach.
Oh, it's not like an actual
This
brand.
priest had the long boy too.
I was gonna say,
he
yeah.
came out like Jesus himself out of that
This-
airport.
and this
Just
one that
people
I seen,
coming up to
Oh,
us,
wait a
just
minute.
hand in the fucking face.
you
It was
want to
like in
take
the
an
box.
06?
Yeah, I'll take an
You can
06.
get 06 for 60 grand, 33,000 miles on it.
Dude, that's perfect. I'm not
Okay,
going to spend
yeah.
a lot of money fixing one of those.
let's
Imagine
see.
fixing that. Oh
Two-
my god.
2008 for 60, 2009 for 100. 2007 62 base for $115,000
Jeez, man. Those things hold value like they're made by Toyota.
with 60,000 miles on this thing.
They hold way better value than any of the S600s. Or the S65 AMGs. You
Oh,
get them
yeah.
for like 12 grand
Yeah.
if they're 10 years old.
And then you got to know, I mean, it's a Maybach with that triangle on the front. The
I'm not gonna lie.
Illuminati.
These older ones are fucking ugly.
Oh yeah, they
They're
don't
ugly.
get better.
Yeah.
No.
I think the new ones are much better looking than like.
I
this
guess.
this 2005. That's
Oh yeah, that's the one the priest was rocking,
Yeah.
man.
it's like not an attractive vehicle.
No, so that's
Yeah.
the
Not
thing
really
is like
into it.
Yeah.
I seen the thing and it caught my eye enough to kind of double glance because I
Sure,
just
sure.
thought it was a big body
Yeah.
body
It-
Mercedes.
Technically was.
And right, it is. And I'm like, that's a fucking Maybach. Like,
Who's my Bakken?
who's
was it
Bakken?
a priest from Poland
Somebody's
over there?
Bakken.
Just
I don't know.
Bakken?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Laying his hand out the
No,
window, kiss the
windows-
ring.
Windows up.
Full tint.
Yeah, windows up, full tint, cruising, at a nice steady 70 miles an hour.
Out there, Bakken.
No
Don't want
lane.
to attract any attention.
Right.
Sebastian
exactly.
Maybach. That would be my Instagram name.
Under
Oh
the
my god.
under the radar. Yeah, I can't imagine
God, I should
maintenance
get
on
that right
thing.
now.
It's very fun. But yeah, that was it. And then I also seen and it just annoyed the shit out of me, a bright yellow Chevy Avalanche Extreme with a giant fucking Calvin and Hobbes sticker that just said peeing on Jap cars.
There you go.
I'd
And
be
I'm
upset
just-
if it wasn't a giant sticker.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
It was that or a Confederate flag. You fucking.
So-
You gotta pick your poison,
so-
man.
Some
Yeah.
people, man.
I saw a Ferrari 355 on a flatbed today. Black one. Wasn't surprised it was there,
Yeah.
but it looked nice.
Yeah, it was there. That's all I got. I think
I'm out.
I think we covered everything. Do we have any what we're into's?
Oh, what are we into? We haven't done that in a little while.
I'm into just waiting for parts. Just waiting.
I don't want to wait in vain.
Sick.
Yeah, just waiting for parts.
I still have a bunch of stuff just out in the ether, like a bunch of stuff that just I ordered and it might show up sometime.
Eventually.
So I'm kind of in that boat. I've been trying to move my E30 with the SR in it. If anybody's trying to get down,
Get in touch with Chuck Who on Instagram about that E30 with the SR20 blacktop.
oh, absolutely, man. You trying to get something going? I'm your man.
I've been into issue number 6. That's officially underway.
Number 6.
Like we obviously it's been underway, kind of ready to go. Dare I say, we just need to shoot the stuff. So, one car done, and we're gonna continue, doing that as always. Again, so this was kind of predetermined. Why I was asking what we're into, so I can plug the YouTube again. Visit our YouTube at Revival Motoring. Like, comment, subscribe. Go check out the new Ferrari video. There won't be a YouTube podcast this week because I forgot my memory cards.
Nice.
Son of a beach.
So yeah,
Can't you just download that shit off?
I could actually use
Twitch?
the Twitch. Yeah, I could do that. Then we wouldn't. Yeah, we would have the audio. If I want to make the effort, I will. Maybe we will.
I think you just have to download it and upload it.
Well, I download it and then I got to use this audio, match it, and then.
What's
upload
Twitch
it.
getting for audio? Isn't it
Oh
getting
wait,
this
no,
audio?
it's getting this audio. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking the other setup. Yeah, I could download and move it. I'll do that. I think that's it.
That's all I
I'm
got.
into some things.
Oh,
you
are
into?
you into
Did you
things?
close
Wait,
it?
what are you into?
No,
hold on. I'm
let's
into a
go.
bunch of
Let's
things
give
here.
us some
What are we
stuff.
into? Let's
Let
do
it
it.
rip, Tater Chip.
First out, hold on. Shouts out to at Laura Lee Art.
Big shout,
Yeah.
Laura
My
Lee
girlfriend's
Art.
page. She makes cool sculptures and
Let's go
paintings.
check it out.
Pull that up,
Mhm.
dude. She makes some cool stuff.
All right, keep it going.
Also, I'm super into if you have a 24 valve swap D30 and you keep smacking that oil pan on pebbles.
Yeah.
I got these things in the works here. I got some slightly lower profile aluminum oil pans.
Oh yeah, I get some aluminum pans coming out.
Yeah, man. I'm in
Whoa,
the process
okay.
right
Oh,
now. I got
baby.
Oh,
one.
wow.
It's going into testing. Baffled. Increased capacity.
How can they find you?
You can find me at Pocket Full of Sunshine. PKTFULLA Sunshine.
Pocket full of sunshine.
On
They
Instagram.
are still in R&D right now.
We
I
get
have
some beta
one
phase going on.
testing. Second one is going together.
Sick.
You want to throw some off of a building or something? We can probably arrange that.
Dude, I'll smash them things up because
Yeah.
I'm not selling one if it doesn't work. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Nice. What else
Yeah,
you got?
100%. Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to get that in
Yeah, of course, man.
for sure.
You got any questions? BMW questions? Send them your way or what?
Yeah, if your car's broken, it's out of warranty, you don't want to bring it to the dealer, let me know.
Hot your boy.
Get in
Even
touch.
if you're like mechanically inclined, if you got like some problem you can't figure out, I'll try and help you out.
I was gonna say everybody needs a little helping hand every now and
Exactly.
then.
A little voice
I'm
of
not out
God
here
up there.
trying to like pull money out of your pocket. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just,
Set somebody down the right path. That's
give
all.
back a little bit, you know?
Yep.
Sweet. That's
Well-
excellent to hear.
It was a pleasure for you to come in. We thank you very much. It was fun to chat with
thank
you and
you
pick your
guys.
brain on the BMW stuff, especially the newer stuff. Because
Talk us
I
through
just,
some new stuff.
yeah, I just don't follow. We make fun of and follow the new releases of things, but as far as the reality of it, nah, we're
Yeah.
not living it at the moment. So, do you think where's the point of with this new stuff? I think we're going to touch on this. With E46, E90, you can still tinker plenty.
Right.
Will there be a point of you can't with this newer?
No, I don't think so because I think you're always going to be able to pull out whatever's running the car and just put in a standalone and
And then go have
Well,
it.
Yeah.
yeah, then it'll be yours, you know.
Yeah.
Standalones are the best.
But I mean, people are making like upgraded electronic wastegates and stuff, so all that stuff's going to get figured out.
Yep.
I think stuff's just going to keep
Just
going.
enough time in the aftermarket world, they'll sort it all out.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I think about it, like at some point, whenever a car came out, because we brought this up before, it was the newest, the latest, the craziest technology, and it ages, and then it just becomes, it goes kind of through this weird phase where no one wants to touch it, and then it's like, oh, okay, we can figure this out.
Yeah, people break into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah, direct injection was the same way.
yeah, same thing. CIS. I mean, Jesus Christ, but yeah, yeah. Shouts to the contribution, Chris.
Shouts to that mechanical fuel
Yeah.
injection.
Shouts to Fingers I know. I'm pretty sure he's out there, Noah the God, doing his thing.
Good luck
Still,
with that, boy.
he's still staring at it, scratching his head right
Yeah.
now. We
But,
left him hours ago.
That's awesome. That's encouraging.
Yeah, no, it
Yeah.
is. It's a good sign. There's still hope, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But again, thank you, Kyle. Thank you everybody for
So
listening.
much.
Follow at Chuck at Corey.si on Instagram. I'm at Revival_Josh. Follow at Revival Motoring. Follow our YouTube at Revival Motoring. Visit revivalmotoring.com. Listen to Talking Motorcycles at Fingertight Motorsport on Instagram, and we will see you next week.
Look at our videos online. They're the best.